ButtKicker Gamer2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Welcome, race fans, here to another exciting night of racing here with Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we're happy to bring you World Series of Sim Racing League. That's right, World Series of Sim Racing League is going to be taking on the good old New Hampshire Speedway here tonight for 167 laps, as we got a great field going to be joining us out here tonight on the track, and we also going to have our great old buddy, the excitement 10-lapper Lee's going to be joining us tonight.
You said that like a question. What's going on, Mr. Robert?
Not much, man. Not much. Getting excited, getting ready to get freaky nuts here with these guys here at New Hampshire, man. It's going to be a fun race.
Man, this is one of those tracks you either love it or you hate it. I personally cannot stand it. But if you could drive this track, you can come away with a nice victory tonight. Some anticipation, some nerves, some stress, some anxiety felt amongst the drivers tonight as they battle New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the World Series of Sim Racing. Week 3, Mr. Robert.
That's right, week 3 of 12. As we're getting most to the halfway point eventually here, man. But I don't know, man. I like this track, but I don't like this track. I got the love-hate relationship, I think, with New Hampshire.
I mean, I can stand it a little more after about 6 laps on the tires, but then after about 10 of those, then I don't like it anymore. So I have to be in that sweet spot in order to really like this track where I can drive my driving style, which is not a New Hampshire, a Martinsville, a Bristol type of driving. So, but these short track drivers, that's who we're going to see excel tonight. We've seen, longer racetracks, 1.5 mile ovals, and now we're down to a 1 mile here at New Hampshire. Will we see emerging stars come through? Or will we see Brian Johnson, Larry Yingling, Zach Hall, Cedric, and the others still dominating the field?
Good question. Right now, we got Cedric on the top right now with his cheating lap of a 25.94.
I did get confirmation on the cheat, so yes, that is a record.
Yeah. That's a record cheating right there. Freaking guy. All you gotta do is just ride the wall. League admins let you do it, then just do it. I'd do it all race until I got in trouble. But I think he's without even doing that though. I think his lap times are right around there with Bob Skinner at the 32, roughly around 32 flat mark, somewhere around there. I would imagine. Well, not 32, 31s or 30s, 30 flats. I apologize, somewhere around there. See, Cedric, you messed us all up with that 25. Jeez.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's right around that 30-second mark, 30 and a half and up, except for Cedric the Cheater Hunter and Bob Skinner running a 29.790. that would be 3 seconds ahead of the entire rest of the field. So I'm going to call Cheater Pumpkin Eater on Mr. Bob as well.
Rockstar is he's rocking the. I don't even know what's going on with that. Anyways, we got the point standings up here right now here, Lee, after going into week 3 here, as Larry here is going to be 82 points over Nick Crawford with 76. Nick Crawford is working tonight, so he will not be out on the track, so that's going to hurt him there in the points. Chuck is 75 points with Levi Cox in 4th at 72 with Troy 72. So we have 4th and 5th are tied. Brian Johnson sitting in 6th position with 66 points. Cedric Hunter and Zach Hall are tied, 7th and 8th position. And 9th is going to go to, well, wait a minute. 9th and 10th between Brandon Clark and Dave. They got 57 points. And just outside the top 10 is Jeff Gilmore with 56 points. So you want to talk about close battle between, man, I'm just looking at this here right now. I would say 12th and up. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah. 2 races in, it's pretty much anybody's ball game. You know, Brian Johnson winning race number 1, but falls to 6th in the point standings after Larry Yingling comes away with a victory at Texas. So we got Michigan and Texas down once again about 1.5 mile ovals, and now to the 1 mile. I have a feeling we're going to see our 3rd new winner for the 3rd straight week in this season, and we're going to see a short track specialist pull it out tonight.
Good, yeah. Brian Johnson started out the season really strong. Like you said, he got that win, and he was really looking good last week. And then he got tangled up with the lap car, and just disaster happened after that. And his pitch strategy was far from none, just trying to figure out what he was doing. But he knows better than I do, and I have to take his word on whatever he was doing. It seemed like it was going to work.
It really did, and he was moving on up, having a really strong run, and then just getting taken out, and it really cleared the way for Larry and really the top 5 last week to pull away and capture that victory. Yeah.
So that actually hurt him. He should be sitting in at least the top 5 in points, but unfortunately he falls down a little bit there, but. He's a strong driver. You know, all these guys are really fast out here. As now we got cheater. Larry said, "Hey, I want to put down a 25 too." What the?
I'd be curious, and I doubt anyone would do it because I'm pretty sure the admins would immediately boot them from the race. But if they're in like open races, I wonder if people qualify that way.
Good question. I mean, that's the thing. Somebody would come across and do that. People know better that you'll get reported, like, not from one guy, but probably almost every single driver in that server is going to report you to iRacing. So, and then you'll get a ban, for a little bit. And they can ban you for however long they actually freaking want to, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's a service. That's one of the things. But little action there on the back straight. But, it's an outstanding service. We just got our Season 3 update. We got to drive the 87 cars, the new scan of Kentucky. I mean, there's so much that's going on that goes into this service. I quite frankly, we've talked about it before, have no problem that coming out each and every time it needs to renew.
Oh, I agree. But all right, well, thank you everybody for tuning in here tonight at New Hampshire with World Series of Sim Racing League here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Up here in the booth is Robert A. Moyer Jr. and we got Lee Tidwell up here with us tonight. He's what a great broadcaster he is. He really brings excitement here to Freaky Fast. But I'll say this much: if you do get a little tired, wait till lap 10 and then tune in, because that's when Lee goes balls to the you-know-what, and it's just awesome to listen to him go.
Okay, let's censor the word walls.
I did. Balls to the walls.
You said balls to the you-know-what. I'm like, If you're going to choose a word to censor, why make it walls?
Because it sounds good. It rhymed.
Oh, me. Man, I love doing these broadcasts with you. This is only our 3rd week. Imagine what we're going to do like week 10.
Oh, God.
I'm going to try to do magic. I think that's going to be a thing.
Oh, I got to see this. That's going to be good.
Virtual magic
Yeah.
on Freaky Pass Broadcasting.
Never seen it before, but tune in. You'll be the first time seeing it.
Use your mind's eye.
All right, man. Well, it looks like right now we got Chuck there putting down a 30.64 with everybody else. The top 3 right now in the 30s, 30.6 for Mark. Vernon's going to be with 31. So these guys are getting qualifying done here, and we'll see what these guys can put down.
Brian Johnson jumps into the pole. A 30.565 for Brian Johnson.
No shocking. You know why? Because he just got a new wheel on Thursday. Exact same wheel as Zach Hall got, except a different rim. So,
Man, I'm still on my 11-inch Thrustmaster. That's why if you see me in one of the public lobbies, jump out of that race and go to another one.
that's all right. I got a Thrustmaster 350 sitting there, GT version, just sitting in a box right now. Paid $400 for the freaking thing, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm just going to blame the wheel because my lack of driving ability.
You sound as bad as me. That's what I did. I just was like, I bought things and bought PC things thinking it'd make me go faster. Guess what? It was a waste of money.
But it is one of my favorite pastimes is just to break out that wheel, man, and just get on some of these tracks. The 87s this week, and it's week 13, of course, on iRacing, and anyone that has been involved with iRacing for any amount of time knows the hysteria of week 13. This was my first one to experience, but man, I've enjoyed the 87 races.
Oh yeah, I've been watching them too, just going in and watching the server stuff and everything going on with that. So yeah, I've been watching that too. But hey, Ken, I'm doing good. I'm sure Lee's doing good. We're doing both good.
What's going on, Mr. Ken? It's just another wonderful Saturday night with the World Series of Sim Racing. Brian Johnson still sitting in that pole position with Chuck Sweeting. Yes, got it right. In second. Mark Whitley in third. Joseph McQuarter fourth. And Alex Bisson. Damn it. I knew I was going to mess up a name. Alex Bisson in fifth at the moment. But we still got some others turning their second lap, including number 52 of McKinley.
Yeah, he's new to the league. This is his first race here with him, as my scoring pylon is he's in white. So we got Vernon new tonight. We got the 52s new tonight. We got Tommy that did sign up at the beginning of the season, but he hasn't shown up. This is his first race here. I think that's it. So looks like we got 3 new drivers here, as they're packing a field of around 30 drivers, roughly, somewhere around there. I think so.
Yeah, it is a packed field tonight.
Looking here to see, as we got
Larry Yingling now in 9th.
Wow, that's
and
shocking.
Zach Hall 10th. Yeah, not very good qualifying for our victor last week. Larry Yingling qualifying 9th, and that's going to wrap up our qualifying as we get ready to run through that list for you. Qualified in first position with a 30.565. Yep. Brian Johnson in second will be Chuck Sweeting in the 28 machine. Third, number 77 of Mark Whitley. Number 4 would be the 32 car of Joseph McQuarter. In 5th position, the 55 machine of Alex Bisson. In 6th position, number 88, Vernon. We're just going to call him Vernon. In 7th, number 52 of Stephen Kinney. In the 8th position, Jonathan Smith. In the 9th position, the 67 of Larry Yingling. And rounding out your top 10 will be number 5, Zach Hall. Moving on back through the field. In 11th, Jeff Hollingsworth in the 97 machine. The number 17 Chevy of John Held coming in 12th. In 13th will be the Toyota, the number 38 machine of Richard Swavely. In 14th, 57 Jeff Gilmore. 15th, number 24 Corey Bevins. In 16th, the 82 of Bob Skinner. And 17th, the number 1 of Brandon Coley. The number 18th it will be John Mullins. And 19th, Danny Lawson. 20th, Cedric Hunter. And finishing off the rest of the field, 21st will be Maxwell Caldwell. 22nd will be Kevin Hash. 23rd will be Troy Torgerson. 24th will be Christian. 25th will be Dave. 26th, Dude. 27th, James. 28th, Sean. 29th, Robbie. In 30th position, Ron. In 31st, Tommy Gossett. 32nd will be Bradley Anderson. In the 33rd position, starting last, will be Mike Jr. in the number 74 machine. Mr. Robert.
All right, that is your starting grid here at New Hampshire with World Series of Sim Racing League. So, all right, man. Well, they are getting ready to go wild here tonight. This is going to be a fun race. Hopefully, everybody...
The virtual crowd.
Virtual? Oh, I should have turned them off. They're not allowed to be there.
They're there. Yeah, we should have had an empty stands. Man, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, well, we can. I can turn them off. You don't have to have nobody there. No fans at all. All right. Well, it's going to be 167 laps here tonight, and from the information I got, these guys are struggling with a loose car and a tight car after a long run. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. You know, exiting. If you get back on that gas pedal too fast, you're going to probably loop that bad boy around.
Yeah, and the thing, too, is these the turns are so sharp. And the straightaways are so long that you can get so much speed that you've got to get into that brake ever so slightly, but hard enough to, slow down going into the turns. And then coming out of the turns, making sure that you feather that throttle and don't get on it too hard. And here we come down the front straightaway, taking the green flag to start 167 laps here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Brian Johnson, the pole sitter across the start-finish line. And Robert, here we go to turn 1.
Ooh, and we're all going to just slam it in there to turn 1. Hang on, everybody. This is going to be awesome. Dicing and slicing and God knows whatever else they're going to do out there.
Coming down the back stretch, it is Brian Johnson in first place. Chuck Sweating. Damn it. Sweeting in second. Mark Whitley third. Joseph McQuarter fourth. And Alex Bisson in 5th position. Battle for 5th right now between Bisson and McQuarter. And McQuarter going to keep that spot. So here we go back into turn number 1. We've got 2 cars, the 30 and the 56, way behind the pack. That's going to be the 30 of Hash and the 56 of Christian DeBoyer. Oh, and the 30 of Hash just went into the wall again.
Oh, and he's no longer on the track. He is sitting down on pit road.
Yeah, so we must have had a little bit of action back in the back. But 2 cars now. Oh, and now we've got the caution out.
And that would be Ron. Let's see here. Ron has, looks like he come back on the replay here. And let's see what happened here, Lee, with Ron. As he's bringing it out of the, what we were just talking about. Coming out of the turn. And that's Smith Wilson. What's he have on there? Smith and Western decides to go towards the inside of the wall. I don't know if he hits anything, though. I think he locks it down. And he did not hit anything. He was just parking for ice cream. As he backs it up. All right, well, we'll go back live here.
Lieutenant Dan.
Right.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Man, I want some ice cream now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not in Texas no more, so I figured we'd go to New Hampshire and have some ice cream. Lobster. But I'm not a lobster guy, so.
Yeah, you're not a lobster. You are not Zoidberg.
Yeah, no, I don't do seafood. That I do not do.
Yeah, and I love going on cruises. I love going. We've been to Bermuda and the Bahamas. Come on, pretty mama. No, I'm sorry. But I cannot stand seafood at all.
Yeah.
Just the smell of it. Oh,
Yeah.
can't do it. But I will eat Captain D's fish.
Yeah, I mean, I like fish. Not to change off of racing, no, but yeah, I'm a fish guy. I like bass. A whole bunch of trout, tilapia or whatever you call it. Things like that. Fresh fish. Yeah, I eat that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, with 5 laps down of 167 to go, under our first yellow of the day, I figured that it was by far time to start the straying of conversation into other areas besides sim racing.
That's right.
Seafood just happened to be it.
And we talk about food every week.
Yeah.
Either depending on where we're at, we're gonna bring up food. Last week we're at Texas. We brought up some barbecue. We're up here in New Hampshire. We got seafood. I don't even know where we go next.
I looked today, but I do not remember, sir.
Here do I.
Now I gotta find it.
Look at the schedule on Discord and let's see here.
Schedule. I'm gonna find it for you. Richmond.
Richmond.
The headquarters of the company I work for is based in Richmond. I'll be up there in a couple of months, actually, for a meeting. So yeah, Richmond. Love some running at Richmond now.
Okay, what kind of food do we have at Richmond? Or do I gotta do some research?
Yeah, man, I am the most picky eater. So I mean, I might know if something is famous for something, but Richmond. I'm usually in a meeting room, so that we got a deli that delivers to us, and a pizza place, and a Chinese place, which I don't eat on Chinese night.
Oh, okay. Okay. You like Chinese food?
Not at all.
No? Why? What's your problem? You don't like cats and dogs?
No, man. Cats and dogs living together. It's pure chaos.
I like Chinese. Yeah. Beef and broccoli, stir fry. Lo mein. Yeah. Egg rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, you can eat all that. I'm seriously a meat and potatoes guy. That's really what I don't really eat vegetables. This is a well-known fact. It's on my wiki. I don't eat vegetables. I don't know how I'm still alive, but I think I'm preserving myself from the inside out. But I literally live off of meat and potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Nothing wrong with that, though, man. Nothing wrong with that.
No, my belly says different.
I'm sure it does. I think we need to get Chuck a sponsor out there. He's running, I'm seeing him in a neon green black.
Yeah, I got it too.
All right. Hey, Chuck, man, we need a sponsor. We need to get some logos put on that thing. It's bare. Ugh.
Yeah, that's free money right there.
Right.
To the 77 of Mark Whitley. What is that on the front of his car?
That I'm not sure. I just know
Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
That is Tiger Woods.
He's a big golf guy, and Nike. So, and NVIDIA. He used to run an NVIDIA neon green NVIDIA car back in the day. It's pretty nice looking, actually.
Is it bad that when the 87 cars came out, I went to Trading Paints before I got in my first race?
No.
I had to dress my car because, man, it's hard to race against 17 Dale Earnhardts and 12 Bill Elliott's in one race.
I can imagine. But
It's the craziest replays, man.
All right, well, it looks like we're going back green. Our double file on here, Lee, and let's see if we can get some green flag racing going on here with these guys.
Coming up on lap number 9 as we come across the start-finish line. Here's the green flag. Great start for Brian Johnson. Quickly on the throttle. They're going to lead the field into turn number 1. Chuck Sweating. Damn it. Sweeting. Gets stuck on the outside, and 77 of Mark Whitley's going to drop to the inside, fighting for that second position. Number 32, McWhorter on the outside. Bisson is going to stay to the inside, and look, and here comes number 67, Larry Yingling, now joining the lead pack into turn number 3.
Wow. And you see them exiting turn 2 there coming out, man. I think every freaking single one of them cars were sideways. And they're still sideways.
Larry got a hell of a run off of 2 down that back stretch, and now here we come through the front stretch into 1. The 95 of Bisson was making a hard charge into that corner. Oop, and a little bit of wiggle woggle from a few of them coming out of 2.
Joseph is going to be looking down underneath Chuck here. I think that is the preferred line. I don't think if he can get that thing back gas throttled, and it looks like, no, he does not clear him yet. I think he should clear him coming into 1 here, and yes, he does, and that's going to open up the door. Whoa, he dirt tracked that thing.
Yes, he did. Going to lose a ton of positions on that, but 32 of them a quarter. Just thought Tokyo Drift going around 1 and 2.
Wow.
And loses a lot of positions. Going to fall back to a 5th, right in front of the 37 car. Man, I've got to get glasses.
37 car. I don't know who the 37 is. I don't think we got a 37.
Well, who that? That's 97. My bad.
Oh, Jeff. Okay.
Jeff Hollinsworth. Look, man, on the top of his car, part of the 9 is cut off where it looks like a 3 from the blimp angle. I'm going to blame it on that.
That works for me.
Larry Yingling pulling up to the 3rd position. Man, he has come on strong after that restart. Coming into 1 and 2. Some traffic drops down to the apron. The leaders make it through cleanly. The tires starting to warm back up, and here we go. Lap 13, no caution. What happened there?
It looks like Jeff Hollinsworth was involved. James in the 23 Hardys. Let's see what happens to him here. Because he's coming out of turn 3 and 4. And, yep, whoop, into the inside wall. Just lost it. The treacherous area of exiting. Man, I don't know what to say to these guys. Tough.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
It really is. And I mean, it's the same way with Martinsville. It's, you know, not as much with Bristol. Bristol, you've got a lot more grip. Your tail end doesn't want to slide as much, but it's so complicated to work the steering wheel and the gas pedal at the precise musical alignment to ensure that you get the maximum push without overdriving it. But then again, if you don't get into it enough, someone's going to run you over.
That's the key. That is the biggest key right now. And I'm going to give a shout out to Alex, Christopher Miller. His teammate didn't make it tonight. Is hoping one of his teammates bring it home. He thinks it's going to be Alex. And then he also wants to give a shout out to Danny. Hopefully he has a good solid run. And well, I don't know where he's running at right now because everybody's in the pit road, so we'll have to wait. I know I see him back in 20th position, but
I know there's some chatter about that incident on the radio, and they asked if we'd make sure that we did have that. So yeah, we have aired that incident. And they're talking about the new damage model not liking the bumps now. So, you know, a lot of things now a little bit different than last week with the updates and the new damage model, the tire models, all that stuff.
Yeah, they updated the title models a little bit to try to get it with the dynamic tracks, but we still feel it's off a little bit from what I've been told. That the tires and the heat cycles through the track of the hot and cold and shade and all that stuff is still not there yet. And then, yes, with the damage model, they now have it on the Gen 6, and people out there watching, you might see some graphical glitches from iRacing itself where all of a sudden a car will lose its front end, the hood will go flying off, and then they'll go in the turn and it'll be all fixed again. So they got glitches that they need to fix, but I do know they'll probably have a patch out probably, no later than Tuesday. There'll be another huge patch and so on to fix graphical issues, just overall computer issues, or just anything that's going on.
Well, when they release these big updates, these season-ending updates, or season-beginning updates, however you want to look at it, there's so much that goes into those that, yeah, they've been beta tested, but not to the extent of it's going to be bug-free. And think about buying any video game nowadays. As soon as you install it, the first thing it's got to do is run a patch.
Yeah.
And iRacing always updating, always improving. So, big kudos to them as we come across with on lap number 17 of 167, 2 cautions so far, and not a lot of green flag racing.
Yeah, I don't know how many beta, people they have out there. Don't know the number offhand, so I'm not even gonna take a guess. But after you beta test it, you release a big patch out like that, big update out like this to almost 10,000, over 10,000 people. Yeah, there's gonna be things that come up. That's just the way it is.
When there's as many people playing iRacing as there is Call of Duty at some given moments in time, you know how big it has actually gotten. When there's 12 splits for an open session.
Yeah, and technology of computers and the internet and just the way we are moving forward, we got the best technology out there at anybody in any country. So even though we have our ups and downs with internet-based games and things like that, and people yell and scream, you need to stop and look back and sit and say, you know what, you're lucky we even have what we have. Anyways.
Gotta go green. Oh, I love rants. You know what grinds my gears? So we come around this time when we wanted to go to green. No, we're going to go this time. Yeah, we'll go green. So we got Brian Johnson still sitting in the lead. Alex Bisson in second. Larry Yingling in third. Mark Whitley in fourth. And Jeff Gilmore in fifth. Quickly through the next 5. Chuck Sweeting in 6th. John Mullins in 7th. Joseph McWhorter in 8th. Jeff Hollingsworth in 9th. And Jonathan Smith will round out your top 10. Coming around 4 now. Green flag this time around.
All right. Pace car is in. Get ready to set sail. Complete lap 18 to start lap 19. The green flag is out. Let's see how many laps we can get under. I do know that these guys, they'll get it all worked out.
Brian Johnson with a heck of a restart, but then Bisson comes flying up into 1, and now they're going to battle off of 2. Coming down the backstretch, Bisson's going to use every inch of that track up to the back wall, but Yingling drops to the inside, and now looking to take that second position. Bisson fighting on the outside with Larry Yingling on the inside for second. Brian Johnson in first. Coming around 4 now, headed to the start-finish line. It's going to be Johnson 1, Yingling 2, and Bisson 3.
Wow. Larry did not have a good qualifying run tonight. He's up 7 positions, and he's up to second now, and impressive run for him so far in the beginning.
Bisson got a little wiggly there in front of Mark Whitley. And Johnson now looking to try to maybe drive away a little bit here. He's got a nice run off of 4. Quickly into that throttle. And has almost a half-second lead over Larry Yingling. Oh, and it's going to close it up right there. Something about this track, too, Robert, is you can pull out a huge lead on one of these straightaways, but coming into the corner, it just takes someone doing a little better braking, a little angle, a little better apex, and then they're going to be right there on your rear bumper coming down the next straightaway.
It burrs. All right, everybody that's out there listening, can you please give me an update on the audio? If anything needs adjusted between me and Lee or the game, let me know, please. As I had to unplug certain things today to try to fix my computer, so the sounds kind of changed on me. I think they're okay, but there was a little adjustment, Lee, I had to do, and yeah, it was a pain in the butt today.
I'm just glad that you're a hard-working dedication, sir, with Freaky Fast Broadcasting, bringing this exciting action week in and week out. And, thank you for everything that you do.
Well, thank you for joining me in the booth and making it what it is, man. But Look at this. Chuck is now going to look up underneath. Looks like he's going to be able to get a run past Larry. And, wow, Alex is loose off the exit there. But Larry is going to fall back to third position right now early in this run here on lap 23 at World Series of Sim Racing League.
Yeah, that was just a great lap by Chuck Sweeting. As we watched him go around 1 and 2, get a great run off of 2, down the backstretch, gets underneath Bisson, passes Bisson, passes Yingling. Did I miss something? Oh, Larry out of the throttle.
Yeah, Larry was he was doing a Joseph.
And then the front two of Brian Johnson and Chuck Sweeting trying to pull away with that little bit of a hiccup from Larry Yingling.
We got a battle now up here in the front here with teammates. 32 of Joseph is looking to try to pass that 95 Driven Motorsport. Man, Alex is. Oh, look at and Joseph was in the wall, but I don't think he hit the wall. Pretty freaking close.
It did bring out a caution. Let's see what's going on here. 23.
Have, Danny in that 18 I'm showing. And I bet you 10-1 it's what these guys are going to be fighting with all night. Yep, the thing just kicks out. And the minute it kicks, there's no saving. There's no lateral grip on them tires. And once it goes around, you can see him, watch him hit hard into the inside wall. Smashed the deck lid on the back. It popped up. Yeah, and they do not got no fast repair here either, so we'll see if they bring out the Bondo and tape it down a little bit there for him. If not, that thing's going to be flopping all around. It's going to hurt him in the aerodynamics area too, because the wing is kind of, the spoiler is kind of jacked.
Yeah, and now everyone coming down pit road, so we're going to have a pit party going on here. But with this track, if your front wheels are not facing the same, your back wheels aren't facing the same direction as your front wheels when you get on that throttle, it's going to come on around. That tail end's going to shake a tail feather, so to speak, from Tina Turner. So everybody taking a pit. Well, almost everybody. All the leaders are taking a pit. Who is staying out? Let's blimp this real quick.
Richard and it looks like Corey and Brandon and Stefan there. John. Oh wait, no. John did pit, so.
Ron Hollyfield.
Ooh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies. This is interestingly, John in the 64 took 2 tires. That is a gutsy call with these cars being loose the way they already are. 2 tires is a no-no. I can guarantee you he is going to be so loose on cold tires and worn tires. We'll see if he can handle it. He might
it's
prove
an interesting
me wrong.
strategy, though. Yeah, you get those right side tires replaced, try to dig in that right front as you turn into the 1 and 3. So could be an interesting strategy. It could pay off for him. Only time will tell. We're lap 28 of 167 on caution number 3, and Richard Swavely will be our leader when we come out of this caution. Corey Blevins in second, Brandon Conley in third, John Mullins in fourth, and Chuck Sweeting will round out the top 5.
All right, we'll see if any of these guys, I'll see if Richard decides to come in this time. Pit road is still open. So, and it looks like he's got front end damage on that car too. So, looks like he rear-ended somebody out there.
Yeah, there's been some bumping and kissing going on. It's early in the race, so right now it's just. I almost said foreplay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where I was going with that one. But early.
We are PG.
Yeah. But being early in the race, you got to think, though, coming into these turns, you've got to drop your speed so drastically that if you're not right there, hair trigger reflexes, you might get a little kiss on the back end of someone. So you got to watch it.
The word. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the kiss to come out.
It comes out sooner or later.
I was waiting for it. Oh man, I was supposed to put a poll up this week too on Facebook. Oh, what was it? Yeah. Well, take over. I forgot it was about Zach. Let me do that real quick. It was about Zach if he can get a top 5, I think it was, or something like that.
All right. So as Robert works his magic, we're watching the field come around on this caution. Brandon Coley is going to come down pit road. Now lap number 30 completed. Richard Swavely in first. Corey Blevins in second. John Mullins third. Chuck Sweating fourth. And Brian Johnson in fifth position. Larry Yingling is going to be in eighth position. Move that up to seventh. Alex Bisson in the sixth position. Bisson needed that pit more than anyone, as he just pretty much couldn't keep it straight there towards the end of that run, and that back end was wiggling an awful bunch. So we're coming into turn number 3. Across the line will be lap 31 of 167 at New Hampshire here at the World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcast.
All right. Poll is up on Facebook. Go over and vote yes or no if Zach Hall can bring it home tonight with a top 5 finish. Let's see what everybody votes. I voted no, as he's running 12th. And we're back green.
Oh, what a start by Richard Swaverly on that green flag. Chuck Sweeting going to pull right behind him. And we got 1 and 2, as we still got now, by the pairs right behind him. Whoa. Brian Johnson almost into the back end of John Mullins. Nope, take that back. Yep. Oh, spin. Sweeting trying to hold it. Keeps it to the inside, but going to lose a lot of positions, but outstanding driving by Chuck Sweeting to keep that between the lines and not eat a wall.
Wow. And we just went into the cockpit with him, and he was sideways, but yeah, we are back under yellow. I'm telling you this, there's something not right with this track and tires. I don't know what else more to say. But it looks like it would be Sean there in 10. Oh, yeah, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit more and see exactly. Watch where he's got the 17, 52. See, the 52 is going to take a 3 wide. And, just a little kissy kiss. And it really wasn't nobody's fault. 52 was coming down, the 10 was coming up just a little bit, and that puts the 52 into the inside wall. And then Sean, he just ran right into the 52. But who's in the 52? Oh, okay, Steven. All right, new guy of the league there. But
yeah,
I call that
Stephen Kinney.
I call that a racing deal. That's just my opinion. Oh, and then we have James Hackworth back here spinning too. Oh my goodness, I think these guys feel like they're driving on ice.
Yeah, the track temperature 117 degrees could play a factor with cold and or warm tires.
All right. Bring up the weather. Oh, I do apologize for that lane over the line. I did fix that, but I'll work on it later. But yeah, the wind is, let's see here, the wind's at 12 miles per hour. So that plays a key factor in that too. Not sure if that's northwest or which wind direction that's going, but it's up to 15 miles per hour, 16 miles per hour. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's some wind, and it's blowing from turn 4 to turn 2.
Okay.
Straight across the infield that way. So they're going to kind of have some wind at their back right side down the front stretch and kind of riding into a crosswind almost to the left front corner coming down the back.
Yeah, 10-4. All right. Yeah, that's definitely not going to help. Definitely not going to help. You know, they got to get at least, as we all know, 10 laps on these tires. And even after 10 laps, it looked like a lot of people were struggling to keep the car from wanting to spin out. So maybe we need to bring somebody down and just have a discussion on what are they trying to do to compensate, you know, that. Well, you know, got to be something you can do.
Yeah, it's got to be just, you know, more ease on the throttle. You know, making sure, because it's all coming out of 2, out of 4. We really haven't seen anybody, you know, so tight that they go into 1 or 3 and then, you know, just let them hit the wall. Or usually it's coming, you know, 2 and 4. So I think they just got to be more conservative with the throttle. We're at lap 35 of 167. Still plenty of racing to go. No need in pushing it just yet. Agreed. I got 3 agreeds on that one. That was a good point.
So far, the poll is saying 80% no that Zach Hall's going to win. Oh, well, go top 5.
Zach Hall runs strong in each and every race. He's in 12th at the moment behind Mark Whitley and in front of Troy Torgerson.
Oops.
Looks like Richard's choosing to take the outside on this restart as we come down turn 3. Still got a little bit to go, but yeah, I heard across the radio that he'll take the outside again. That'd be the preferred line for me, wouldn't you?
Outside? Yes, I would take outside. Every opportunity I could, I'd take the outside because I just feel that you can roll better up there than the inside because you get pushed down, you get pinched down, and then you struggle getting, you know, out. So
So another wonderful Saturday night, June the 6th in the year 2020. We skipped Murder Hornets, but tonight we're sim racing.
yeah. Okay. I didn't know where to go with that one. I was just kind of caught me off guard there for a minute.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I love about these broadcasts is trying to see if I can catch you off guard.
Well, you got me on that one.
I've been able to do that a couple times to broadcast.
No, just this one. Oh, trust me, as long as you don't get the Bobby syndrome, you're okay.
Oh, yeah, I found out about that on Wednesday. I didn't know the Bobby syndrome was a truly defined medical condition as determined by the Philadelphia Medical of Academic Sciences.
Well, it is now. All right, we are going to go back green here on complete lap 37. We're ready to start 38, and Richard, man, he jumps out fast.
Yeah, as soon as he got to that starting box, he was on it. So Richard sweating, damn it, no. Richard Swaverly is going to be in first, but being battled for by Alex Bisson now. Comes out of 2 and hard down the backstretch. Going to take over that lead position going into turn 3. Swaverly looking to maybe catch up, but then Joseph McWhorter going to work the inside of Swaverly. And got him coming down the front stretch. 1 and 2 now changes positions, and now maybe third as Brian Johnson on the inside of Swaverly. And you got to wonder what is going on with Richard Swaverly as he continues to fall backwards in the field.
I believe it's that front end damage and old tires. I would
probably
imagine.
So.
Yeah,
but getting caught on the outside.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 14. So did Corey Blevins on lap 14. But you can see Corey Blevins a tick faster than him because he doesn't have front end damage. So that front end damage right now on that 38 Jim Beans is it needs some Jim and it needs some beans right now because it's not going nowhere.
Alex Bisson with a nice almost 1 second lead coming into turn number 3. Brian Johnson fighting for second position with McWhorter, and we got a caution.
Yes, we do. I was just about ready to go back through the field here and talk about these guys in the back here, but we are under yellow here with Jeff Hollingsworth. Looks like he's involved in it with that 97, and I would imagine he probably spun it. Oh, he got down underneath Danny. Oh, no, they touch. Oh, the 33. Oh, go back and watch that again. You can see right here. Oh, yeah, Jeff slid up into the 33 a little bit. It's just a little kiss, and then he gave him a moosh.
Pit maneuver.
Yeah, he mushed him. Coast Guard.
Just caught him in that back end, brought him around, and Cedric Hunter, luckily, does not get taken out in that fray in the Hello Kitty car.
Jeff Gilmore.
Just enough ahead.
Yeah, and Jeff Gilmore went flying in there sideways. Where's Jeff Gilmore? It looks like in okay, and he's, as we're still in slow motion yet. Oh, the 33 does get up into the wall from that incident, and Jeff Gilmore did save it. So, but all right, we will go back live.
Back live here, lap 42, caution number 5, and that's one of the things that has plagued the early part of this race is these early cautions, which is really kind of tanking the pit strategy with limited tire sets now, only 2 aside, and having to work those the right way. Everyone's made 1 pit stop, and most got all 4 tires changed. So,
did they have that? Did they put that in there tonight?
Oh, don't tell me they didn't.
I don't think they did. Did they? I know they were talking about it. I don't know if they applied it yet. I know it was being tested.
Okay, yep, I think you're correct because I'm looking at it. I don't see it on here.
I think within the next week or 2, these guys are going to be with a tire limit, and they're going to give them more than what the real NASCAR in real life give the guys, because the way the physics are and the tires and everything. But still, we're going to eventually, like I said, I would imagine in 2 weeks, we should see a tire limit here in the league.
Yeah, one of my leagues is going to run the tire limit. One of them is not. So I'm really happy for the one that's not. But, because I am not good on pit strategy. I do not use crew chief as efficiently as I probably should. So I'm one of those guys where I sputter and go, oh, I need to get gas. Okay, well, here we go.
Right. I want to give a shout out to Maxwell up here too. Up 17 positions up here in 4th position right now with that 94 ZL1 Camaro, man. He is he's moving his way up.
Yeah, man. What a run so far by number 94, Maxwell Caldwell. We've called his name a few times the past couple of weeks, but running strong here at New Hampshire. He might be one of those guys that just excels on short tracks. So it's one we're definitely going to have to watch for. And, Alex Bisson, we've called his name a few times as well, but today we said his name heavily, and I believe he might also be one of those short track guys, and we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. This is an opportunity for some of those guys that haven't had a chance to shine the first 2 weeks to really get out there and show people what they got if they specialize in this short track racing, this 1 mile oval at New Hampshire.
That, and this is, he sent me a message earlier today. This is his home track. He actually crew chief this track. He won at this track. He won the road here. New Hampshire does have a road course, and he's done that. So he's very, very, very familiar with this track. I think he said 30 minutes from this track, so he's been here plenty of times.
That's got to be awesome.
Yeah.
And NASCAR coming back to Nashville in 2021. We're taking one of Dover's races.
Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, Dover's like my home track. I'm 4 hours away from Dover, but still, it's either 4 hours to Pocono or 4 hours to Dover. So I got either or, but I guess I can't complain because Pocono's going to have the doubleheader weekend thing now, so.
I'd love to watch Pocono, but I would hate to try to race it. I suck at that track so bad. I'm planning on doing the I don't know if it's the Rusty Wallace or Richard Petty or which one it is in Nashville, but the race experience. Yeah. I want to do that.
I've got video I'd done the stock car experience at Pocono. I did a ride around for 3 laps at 190 miles per hour in the stock car, and I'm telling you what, woohoo, baby!
I bet.
Oh man, yeah, what an excitement that was. But we are back green here.
Yeah, pace car is off, and Vissen with a quick start. He starts on the inside, then quickly up to the outside. Going to keep that first position, and McWhorter looking on the inside of Brian Johnson for second as we come out of 2 down the backstretch. McWhorter and Johnson fighting for second, and that's the battle right now. McWhorter on the inside, Johnson on the outside. McWhorter now going to accelerate through the apex, now into 4. Johnson now with some momentum of his own on the outside, down the front stretch. It's a battle for second between Brian Johnson and Joseph McWhorter. McWhorter's going to cross the start-finish line first and keep it going into turn number 1 and safely tuck away. But now look at the 94 Maxwell Caldwell in 4th. He is right on the bumper of Johnson, now going to slide to the outside, all the while giving Alex Vissen the opportunity, Vissen, yeah, I said it right, the opportunity to pull away a little bit more, a 0.9 second lead over the rest of the field.
Oh, we got Maxwell looking up underneath Joseph there. Oh, and he's going to dive it in there pretty good, and he's going to clear, but I don't know. Oh, he gets a kissy kiss from 32. As
the 32 of McWhorter.
Mark coming now, too, right beside Larry there, Lee.
Mark Whitley takes 2 positions down on the inside, takes over Larry Yingling and Maxwell Caldwell.
All right, well, let's go back through the field here and see here. Zach Hall has moved himself up to 9th position. We have John back here with them 2 tires. Very, very impressive right now. 2 tires running in 10th position. We have Troy back here in the 98. He's running around 11th and 12th position. Cedric Hunter, the Hello Kitty. Let's give a shout out to the Hello Kitty. He is struggling here tonight. We got Bob Skinner. Great run for Bob Skinner right now. He's in 14th position. Richard made that pit stop that last time that yellow came out, got his front end, and okay, well, we were getting around, and we are back under yellow. As it looks like
the 20?
James, no, the 23 says it was involved. I don't know. Nope, yep, he got loose. Oh, he clips the 22. The 22 is going to go inside the wall. The 20 is going to come, and I think he's going to run into him. No, he misses it. But that 22, who's in the 22, Lee?
The 22 is going to be Robbie Chessman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately, and he got clipped by James Hackworth, and
Dave barely made it through there.
Yeah,
that's 20.
Well, I thought it looked like he got a little bit of right side damage there. I'm not exactly sure if he did or didn't, but it looked like he just scraped it. We'll go back live here. So, well, we are under yellow again, ladies and gentlemen, and I think this is a trend that we're going to be seeing all night, unfortunately. I really do. I think it's going to be one of them bad races for these guys.
Oh, so we had the beginning of a pit party, but then Brian Johnson and Larry Yingling, along with Zach Hall, stay on. Cedric Hunter's going to stay on as well. Number 57, Jeff Gilmore is going to stay on. But Johnson and Yingling kind of did a little bob and weave there and dropped down with the rest of the leaders and pulled back out. So they're going to come out 1-2 in this caution.
Let's see if we can get Bob Skinner down here. We haven't talked to him in a while. Let's get him down here. Hey, Bob, Robert up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, hey, how's the track out there, man? It looks like these guys are just struggling really, really hard.
Yeah, this setup's really, I don't know if it wasn't built for this new tire model, but the spring rates in the rear is quite a bit of difference between them. It makes it terribly loose on exit, and when you're trying to get around a car, you know, on the bottom is the best place to do it, and unfortunately, if you just tap that gas a little bit too quick, you're coming around. There's nothing you can do to stop.
That's what we figured, and that's what the information I got, you know, at the beginning of tonight's broadcast. But you're up here running in 6th position. You pitted on lap 41. Do you think you can do anything? What's your game plan here tonight to try to keep that car from going around on you?
Staying out of trouble's been the game plan from the beginning. It seems like if I could just stay ahead of some of the guys that are struggling the most, maybe we can keep out of the wrecks. And we're just going to try to survive. If we can survive, a good finish should come with that.
10-4, 10-4. All right, well, man, we wish you the best of luck out there. And you never know, you might be able to get at least a top 10, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Top 10, a little bit of luck, maybe a top 5. Maybe we'll pull something out at the end, pit strategy-wise or something. But we're going to give it all we got.
All right, well, good luck out there, man. And we hopefully talk to you at the end of the race.
Sounds good. Thanks, Robert.
Yep, no problem, bud. Let me move you back to, give me 1 second.
So Brian Johnson is going to continue to lead this race. Larry Yingling in 2nd. Interesting. Brian Johnson, of course, starting pole at this race, right? No. Yes.
Yes, he started on the pole tonight.
Started pole. Now, Larry Yingling in 2nd position, up 7 spots. Zach Hall, number 5, in 3rd position, up 7 spots. Jeff Gilmore in 4th, up 10 spots. Cedric Hunter at 5th, up 15 spots. In 6th place, Bob Skinner up 10 positions. So a lot of movement from qualified. The pit strategy becomes even crazier when you look at these top 6. Brian Johnson, last pit, was going to be on lap 26. Larry Yingling, same thing, lap 26. Zach Hall, lap 41. Jeff Gilmore, lap 26. Cedric Hunter, lap 41. Bob Skinner, lap 41. So we got 3 that pitted at 26, 3 that pitted at 41. It's going to be interesting when we go green how this plays out.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Different pit cycles and strategies going on here, so we'll have to see how this all works out.
And some of these just happen to be, you know, caution comes in a convenient or an inconvenient time, and you either take the pit or you don't. That's why we got some that pitted on lap 41, some that pitted on lap 26, some that pitted on lap 50.
Well, anybody that put down the vote on Facebook said that Zach Hall might be able to get a top 5. Right now, you're winning. He's in 3rd.
1 to go. I just love these Saturday nights, watching the World Series of Sim Racing. Been able to sit back and just decompress from the week that we've all had.
Yes. I agree. These guys put on one whale of a show, as it looks like we had 30 cars grid here tonight. 3 cars did not grid, showed up, but did not grid, so.
Thank you to the admin.
Amen on that.
Here we go. Pace car about to come off now. We'll be at lap 56 when we cross the start-finish line. Brian Johnson will start on the inside. We come across the stripe, and there he is quickly on the gas again, and an excellent start for Brian Johnson. Zach Hall on the inside of Larry Yingling looking to take that 2nd position. Cedric Hunter battling with Jeff Gilmore for 3rd. Through 1 and out of 2. We're going to shake up 1, 2, and 3 with Johnson, Hall, and Yingling. 4th will be Cedric Hunter, and 5th will be Jeff Gilmore. And now we're going to shake it into some green flag racing. Let's see how long this is going to go.
We're definitely going to shake it in. Oh, don't give me the ope. The ope is the bad.
Cedric Hunter went on the inside of Larry Yingling, so now we got a race for 3rd. As Cedric into 1 or 2.
We got a race back here too, Lee, between 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. All these guys are just bottlenecked. Oh, as 8-8 got loose.
You saw that too, huh?
Yeah, right in front of Bob Skinner.
So they shake up into 3 and 4. And we got some tight racing from about 4th back to 10th. The 77 of Mark Whitley down to the inside of Gilmore, looking to take 6th position and will the 32 of McQuarter. Going to follow him through, and the 57 of Gilmore starts to fall back a little bit.
I'm
He did-
shocked
what
what
he said?
Bob said. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Lee. I'm shocked what Bob said is that the preferred line is the inside line. I would imagine that you'd be able to ride better on the second line, the higher line up.
I think it's that crease, man. You try to go into the crease. I don't know. Just watching these guys drive around, you can see that they're tiptoeing right now. There's been so many cautions, 6 already, that they're really just tiptoeing around to try to make sure that they don't bring that back end around.
And that's a good way you said that, tiptoeing, because you definitely can see that these guys know now that they cannot touch that gas pedal exiting. Like, you literally gotta just put a little bit into it just to try to hold your miles per hour.
Brian Johnson and Zach Hall now with over a 1 second lead over third position. Cedric Hunter and Maxwell Caldwell battling. Caldwell to the inside. Hunter's going to hold the outside of the Hello Kitty machine. Caldwell, can he get on the gas quick enough? And does. Takes the position from Cedric Hunter. Will be in third now.
Well, we'll see how this all plays out here, as there looks like you said they're getting under green flag run here. We would like to do a crank her up, brought to you by the ButtKicker, but I'm afraid to do it and the yellow comes out. So let's give them to the lap. What do you think? 70?
Yeah, that should warm the tires up.
Yeah,
What did we do?
that's a little
51?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Lap 62 of 167 complete here at New Hampshire. Brian Johnson continues to lead the field. As we go back to the number 5 position, Mark.
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, don't let it.
You see,
There you go.
you cannot dive bomb it into that turn to clear the car you're trying to pass. You go too hard in, you are screwed. And you just see what Mark did. He just went in there and it just too much. Couldn't get it to turn.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't lose a lot of position. And he's sideways again, coming
My
out of 4.
God, I'd be having a heart attack out here.
He's driving it right there on the edge. The 77 Chevrolet of Mark Whitley here at New Hampshire. And now coming out of 2, exited that one a little bit better.
You can definitely see where the rubber's being laid down now on the track. And this is the other thing, anybody out there watching, I was told from Zach that these tires like rubber. Wherever the rubber's being laid, that's where you run with these tires. The more heat you put on these tires, the more rubber it is, the better the tires like it. And that's why we wind up with one-lane race tracks, like one groove tracks.
Oh, spin.
Oh, Corey Blevins and John were involved. Let's go back and see what happens to John here and Corey. Oh, Alex, I think Alex got into the 24 and spun him around, and John nowhere to go and T-boned him. Oh man, did he? Let's go back and watch the T-bone. Maybe they got some A1 steak sauce. All right. Where's John? Where's John? Where's John? Let me pause this. I gotta find John. As he's flipping around on my dashboard here. John in the 64. There he is. Okay. Good nose. Watch this, everybody. Bam! Man, he went inside the car. Oh man, oh man. He hit the driver and everything. Oh, and check out this scene shot. This is cool. Oh, he's going back into the car again. Oh, thank God for the... Oh man, dude. That is crazy. Man, he T-boned him good. All right, well, let's go back live here now, bud.
Yeah, there's caution what caution is this? My thing is saying 2 cautions. I think it's trying to say 12.
I don't know. I don't have that stat. You have to give me that stat. You got them stats.
Yeah. So I was looking through. I wonder what. I've got to figure it out. Now, I'll probably have to go back and watch replays to figure it out. But what happened to the 95 of Alex Bisson? Has fallen all the way back to the number 8 position. It was running strong.
I don't know. I said that Alex might have touched him, but Alex is on Facebook saying no touchy.
No touchy. Sorry.
And he said watch his entry into 1. Well, I don't believe you, Alex. You're just saying that because you're out on the track. No, I'm joking with you, man. I believe you.
We had a lot of pit stops that time around. Looks like Stephen Kenny in the 52.
Yeah. Like he's staying out.
Yep, so if he stays out, started in the 7th position, pitted on lap 51. Pretty much everybody else pitted on 66.
What in the world is out? Alex said he had to pee Lee. That's what he's posting on Facebook, YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what.
I guess he took a pit and decided to go ahead and play out Talladega Nights in real time.
Well, if that's the case, get out of the car, please, and run around and say you're on fire. That's
your underwear.
Yes, because that's the best guy. I was watching Dumber and Dumber today. Oh my God, I was just losing it. Dumb and Dumber, or however you say it, you know, that movie. Oh my God, me and the wife were eating dinner, and I was just cracking. I almost choked on my chicken because I had chicken barbecue. But man, I was just laughing. I just thought, man, I can't wait for tonight with these guys here at Freaky Fast. Lee, we just have a great old time.
Well, we really do, and it's unwinding for me. I mean, to sit back, and I know these guys are under a lot of stress and pressure at the moment, and every Saturday night driving in this race and in this series. But for us at home that get to watch it and call it and enjoy it, it's a best way I could think of spending a Saturday night at home.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you 100%. As it looks like we're gonna have that 52 now. He stayed out.
Kenny.
He stayed out, led a lap. He's gonna bring in that JB Trucking Ford Mustang down for a pit stop here on lap 70. Oh, lap 70. I said we were gonna do a cranker up, and that didn't happen. Man, I should have did it before. But right now it's looking like category Esports 5 is up here 1, 2, and 3. So they're looking very strong out there tonight.
Yeah, Mark Whitley breaking that with the number 4 position, and in 5th is Maxwell Caldwell. And 6th is Joseph McWhorter. That'll be your front 3 rows on this restart as we come into turn number 3. Lap 70 of 167 complete will be lap 71 as we come by the start-finish line. What kind of start you think Brian Johnson's going to do? Gas to the floor as soon as he crosses the line? I think so. Let's see.
Green
To the
flag,
line. Oh, yeah. Even before the line.
Yeah, he maybe he's watching the broadcast. Said, "Yeah, watch this, guys." He was gone.
Zach Hall's going to slide into the 2nd position. Battle's going to be for 3rd between Cedric Hunter and the number 77 machine of Mark Whitley. Whitley now on the outside. Looks like he's going to take that position. And then the battle for 5th right behind them between the 32 of McWhorter and Maxwell Caldwell of 94. And caution.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I seen Richard was involved. Oh, let's go back and watch this. It looks like Troy and that 98, and Richard got involved. Let's see here, 2 Toyotas fighting side by side, and Team USA says, we don't drink alcohol. I'm going to come up and wreck you. And no. But man, Richard up over. Oh, no. Oh, he went up over, Lee. He's on his deck lid. He's on his hood.
It looks like the 98 of Torkelson his car just lost it, man. There's just I don't know what happened, but something might have broken it. But he immediately just went to the outside. And then, yeah, as you said, the 38 machine of Swaverly.
I tell you what, Richard is a cool cat. A very cool cat. He just does not have the luck in this league. I mean, I'm nothing against the league, but he just does not have any. It's like he had this monkey on his back for, oh my God, 3 seasons now. He just doesn't. So it's I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel bad for the guy. It's like, get that monkey off your back.
Lap 73 complete.
That should end his night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His track has not been kind to these fellas.
Oh, no. We're going to see, this is a trend, everybody out there watching. We're going to see a couple laps. And I know the admins and I know Cedric probably and Zach and Brian and the other drivers that know about setups, they probably instantly went and looked at the setup and went, yep, as what Bob Skinner said, there's a problem. But now it's too late to fix and send that setup out for people to have, at least 3 days worth of practice. So you're not just hopping in to a custom setup to fix the issues.
Yeah, that's one thing that I cannot understand and probably never will is the setup game.
No, I know, how can I say it? I know about setups, but I know the little itsy bitsy stuff to do. I don't know about crossweight. I don't know how to, that stuff starts getting Greek to me, have too much in the front, too much in the left rear, too much here, makes that tire do this. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Just give me a car I can drive. That's all I care about.
Yeah, so you're like Cole Trickle. You can't tell them what's wrong with it. You just get in and you drive. Yeah,
I'd be the type to get in there. What's wrong with the car? What do we need to do? It's just tight. Well, tight where? I don't know. Just freaking tight. Fix it. It's tight everywhere. Oh, yeah. Well, if we do not get to a cranker up, I want to let everybody know to head over to the ButtKicker at theButtKicker.com/gamer2 and make sure you put in, if you go and order that product or any product at the ButtKicker, you can put in FreakyFast20, and that's with 2 E's, not EA. On your promo code FreakyFast20 to get 20% off your complete order, which is actually really, really nice. And they're a proud sponsor of a lot of leagues out there, a lot of things with iRacing, a lot of sim racing games in general. You need to go check them out, Lee. Have you ever checked them out yet, Lee? Because they're yeah, go check them. Just go over and check it out. It's actually it's freaking pretty cool what they offer.
Oh yeah, I've seen so many reviews and YouTube videos of people talking about how great it is, and that's one thing that you get the force feedback wheel, and you're like, man, this is so immersive. But to feel the engine, to feel when you start to get loose, to feel all of that, to immerse yourself in the games of even Call of Duty and your first-person shooters and stuff, that is an experience that is well worth the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know Brian Johnson got one, used the FreakyFast20 promo code. I got one. I'm not sure. Oh, I know somebody else that got one over at Extreme TV. Matt, he got one using our code. So I know they're happy with us. We've been a good partner with them for about a half a year now. So I love it. That's all I can say. But I love it that we're going back green here, Lee, on lap 76.
Lap 76, the pace car off, and here we go to the line, and Johnson waited till he got to the line this time, but another great restart for Brian Johnson, number 28, heading into turn 1. Cedric Hunter on the top. Zach Hall on the bottom as the battle for second coming out of 2. Zach Hall gets a little wiggly, but keeps her on the floor, and here we go, racing down the backstretch. And the number 77 of Whitley coming up quickly. We also have Maxwell Caldwell and Bisson right behind them. So got some nice tight racing, 2nd through 6th. Brian Johnson just pulls out and continues with that lead. And Zach Hall is loose coming off those corners.
Yeah, but Zach Hall likes a loose car. That guy can drive a car like that. I'm not worrying about him. He can do it. I've seen it over and over and over and over. The looser the car is, the faster he is.
The 77 Whitley falls back 1 spot to Bisson. Now to 5th, and Maxwell Caldwell looking to make that pass along with McWhorter. Whoa, little more than a wiggle by the 77 of Whitley.
Maxwell's looking good out there right now too. He's got himself up to 5th position. All right, well, let's do, who do we want to ride with before we wind up hopefully not having the yellow?
The number 95 of Alex Bisson.
All right, we're going to go in the cockpit here, and we're going to do a little bit of cranker up here tonight. So, brought to you by the ButtKicker, but we'll be right back. That's not what I want. Let me fix it. Back here, and I just noticed something here, Lee, with Alex. He's waiting. You got to literally wait till you are on the front stretch or the back stretch exiting these turns before you even consider touching that gas pedal.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I can totally see that. As been watching Mark Whitley during this cranker up, and he's touched the outside wall a couple of times. Has fallen back to 8th position and is very squarely coming out of those corners. The number 1 machine of Brandon Coley actually lost it coming out of the turn, and luckily didn't take anyone out, didn't touch a wall, no caution, but he is still all over the place as well, and this track is just eating him up.
Ooh, we got the 17 back there loose of John. He just almost spun it out coming out, but he did save it there in that Bud. Red number 17 Budweiser car. He saved it, but I actually think this is the longest green flag run that they had so far right now.
Yeah, what was that? We are out 21 laps right now from the last caution.
I don't have that data.
No, I believe we're out 21 since the last caution. I mean, in the last pit stops that we saw, I believe it was lap 66. Or 61. I'm sorry. So yeah, we're right at about 21 since the last last batch of pit stops. And Brian Johnson continues with his domination of this track, a half a second ahead of Zach Hall, and they are leading over 2 seconds of third place Alex Bisson, fourth place Cedric Hunter, and fifth place Maxwell Caldwell.
Looking good out here now. We got Jeff Gilmore back here in 10th place. We talked to Bob Skinner, the rock star. He's just outside the top 10. Said he'd be happy with the top 10 or more. And we got Vernon. Let's give Vernon in that 88 a shout out. He is back here. Corey Blevins in the 24. Didn't get to talk too much about him except for that one incident he had, as the 52 is going to be looking up underneath it. Whoa! Corey just got out of that. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. And we got Kevin Hash back here in that 30. And we got Brandon in the 1 here in a Bass Pro. And then we got James Hackworth back here in that 23 Hardee's. And then the 52 we were just talking about, he is he's actually battling it. That's not for position, is it? No, he is he's 1 lap down, it looks like. And then we got Christian back here in the 56 running in 19th position. And then we go to a couple laps, some laps down here, the 20 of Dave. Richard posted on Facebook, he's back out, got his car fixed after being on his deck lid there and hood. You can see all the scrape marks on the top of that 38, but he's just gonna out there run, try to keep the car clean the rest of the way and get as max points that he can out of tonight's race. That's a good job of not giving up. And then it looks like everybody else is sent behind pit wall. So, all right, Lee, I'll hand it over to you, bud.
We got 76 to go here out of 167 tonight, and Brian Johnson looking for his second win of this early season for the World Series of Sim Racing. Zach Hall in second position. Bisson, Hunter, and Caldwell will round out the top 5. Looking at the number 32 of Joseph McWhorter in 9th. In a battle for 9th position with the 57 of Jeff Gilmore and the 82 of Bob Skinner. It's right in front of Whitley and Smith. So that 3-way battle for 9th has been getting more intense. And right up on the backside was Gilmore, who's coming right up on McWhorter.
Yeah, it looks like Joseph has a little bit of rear end damage from the looks of it.
Yeah, that right side, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does a little bit. Let's see here if we can go to the nose of Jeff Gilmore here, see if he gets close enough. Yeah, you can see the spoiler is sticking out to the right just a little bit. So, and then he blinked. Okay, he's back. But yeah, you can see it. It's got damage.
Ever so slightly. Right in front of them, the 33 of Jonathan Smith overtaking Whitley for that 7th position. Whitley still he's not sticking to the track real well. He keeps wiggling He pitted on lap 66 like everyone else, but it might be something with his setup, or maybe there's some damage on his machine. But that Chevy still got, shaking its tail feathers coming out of the turns.
I just had a brain fart. I was going to say something, but now I can't remember when you said shake the tail feathers.
I mean, I can say he's twerking, but
yeah. That's what I was actually thinking. I was like, what is that? What is that? But yeah, I was just ready to say, is he twerking it a little bit?
I can white boy twerk. That's about it. Diving down to the inside, number 32, McQuarter, making the pass on 77 of Whitley. And now going to take that 8th position.
Yeah, it looks like Mark's struggling out there, but you know what? At least he's staying clean now. Let's see if Jeff Gilmore can catch up there to Mark, move himself up to 9th position.
Yeah, Gilmore and Skinner have been just right at the... They might be content. 70 still to go here. They might be content just sitting behind these guys, especially with the way that Whitley... He just lost it.
Oh, we were just talking about him. We gave him the broadcast jinx.
Oh, we sure did. Mark, I'm sorry, man.
Just do it, Mark.
Yeah, just not that.
Let's go back and see here. As you can see him coming out of the turn, and Joseph is sliding, and so is he. And it looks like he's catching it. Nope. Once it loses grip, it is done. You can see him wheeling it. He's trying, and he's still wheeling it. And he's still wheeling it. And now he's doing the feather, slappy, whatever you call it. And I don't think he hits anything, though, Lee. I think he might
get just the inside wall.
Oh, that wasn't nothing. He just gave it a little kiss. That's it.
Yeah, across the start-finish line, though, so,
that counts as a lap. All right.
69. Oh, yeah. To go here at New Hampshire. And the leader's going to take a pit. Take a pit. Yep, that's exactly what I just said. I am professional, damn it. I got to go take a pit, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll take over.
Y'all try these corn dogs? Freaking amazing.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
Corn dogs?
My brain went to... I don't even like hot dogs. Hot dogs give me nightmares. If I eat a hot dog, I will have a bad dream that night. Guaranteed.
I ate hot dogs my whole life until I became an adult because that's all we could afford growing up. So I don't want hot dogs. I'm sick of them.
I would eat them as a child, man, but I can't eat them now. Same thing with like Spam. Man, Spam was like a treat. Now open that can, the smell of it.
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs as well. I cannot do SpaghettiOs.
Oh my God, you're picky. I'm not taking you out to dinner.
No, I am not a good date.
Wow. Sounds like it. Poor wife. Oh my goodness. How's she put up with you?
Hey man, I'll let her supersize every Valentine's Day when we go to McDonald's.
Oh my God. Oh man. Okay. All right.
Be like, go ahead, baby. We'll pay 20 cents. It's Valentine's Day. I don't make you happy. My queen.
Not promising you what kind of toy you're getting.
Oh man, 67 to go. Yeah, I'm just kicking tables here and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's a fun Saturday night. It's a good thing we don't drink while we do this.
Oh my God, no. We try to keep it as PG as we can, but it seems like Saturday nights these World Series of Sim Racing League drivers take the worst out of us. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to bleed it over into the Dirt Series, but I apologize for that.
Oh, yeah. I haven't got told about it, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, but, I mean, I only said 3 sentences that entire race, so just so happened that the longest one was probably one of my worst internet moments yet so far.
Oh, they'll be worse. I've been doing this for over 20-some years.
Oh, I've got some. So, quick story. We got one lap, right? Now we got two. Couple more to go. Okay.
Two. Yeah.
So,
Two.
I was doing a high school broadcast. It was just a high school broadcast for a football team, and my analysis guy, my color commentator. His name was Stan Butt. He was a preacher in the town of where we were doing this, and we would do live ads during small timeouts, change of possession, things like that. We would do live ads. So we was doing the one for the local supermarket, and so we're talking about they just remodeled, had a new building built. This is a pretty small town, so I mean it's a big thing, and so about how great it was and stuff. And then the preacher just out of nowhere goes, "Yeah, you just really can't beat the meat at X supermarket," and I just died laughing.
I bet after he realized what he said, he was probably like,
he didn't talk for like 5, because you could just see he was smiling from ear to ear. He said it. We all just cracked up laughing, and he got it about 3 seconds later, and he didn't talk for about 20 minutes.
Oh, I don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
It was an outstanding television moment that I can't believe didn't win an Emmy. But I digress. When we come across the line, it'll be 64 to go at New Hampshire. Brian Johnson continues to lead this field and will take the inside lane. Zach Hall in second position. Maxwell Caldwell in third. Larry Yingling up to fourth. Jonathan Smith, haven't called his name out a lot, in fifth position. Joseph McWhorter in sixth. And seventh will be Bob Skinner. Eighth will be Cedric Hunter. In ninth will be Vernon. And in 10th will be John Hill.
Right.
Green flag.
Another great
is
start.
out.
Yeah, another great start by Johnson. He's going to go into one in the lead. Zach Hall, his teammate, will fall right in position behind him. The battle now is for third. Yingling and Caldwell coming out of two. Oh, Yingling got a little loose there coming out of two. He's going to allow Caldwell to take that third position. They got a nice run from the 33 machine of Smith, who's going to stay to the inside and look to challenge Yingling for maybe that fourth position. So getting loose. Luckily only costs Larry one position, able to get back in line, and falls to fourth.
Look at the battle we got going back here. Bob Skinner all over Joseph. Good job for him. Cedric is falling behind. Alex is going to look on the inside of Cedric Hunter. Take it down into turn 3. We're going to see if he's going to be able to clear, and he does. Now we'll see if he can hold it. Clearing is one thing. Holding it seems like is to where they're having problems. And looks like he does.
He does, but the quarter falls to the inside.
Yeah, Joseph got loose, so that's going to pull Bob right up on the inside. Alex, and now here comes Cedric Hunter. He's going to look up underneath Alex, and nope, can't do nothing with it right now. He's going to try on later.
Bisson pushing the 32 machine of McWhorter along. Skinner down on the inside. This is a battle for 6th and 7th. Nice run by Skinner.
Yeah, very good run. It's good to see him up here in the top 10. Man, oh, just overdrove it, but that's okay, Bob. You got it, you got it. You got grip up there. There you go.
Ooh, man. So Skinner pulls it in. Bisson right beside him. Bisson now looking to maybe try to take advantage of Skinner getting a little loose in that last corner, and got a 3/4 car length lead. Oh, a little loose. There was the 32 of McWhorter, and it's going to make Cedric Hunter have to lift a little bit there as well. So some action in the back of the top 10.
You know, I also noticed too, Lee, with this new build, you can definitely see more rubber being laid out on the track and the marbles and everything. Like if you look really closely, you can really see it.
And even when you're driving, I see more debris flying up from the track than I saw before as well.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say the same thing. It's like they updated the debris on the track and going through the grass and things like that. You can really see it, getting thrown around.
Cedric Hunter down to the inside and will take over that position. From the 32 of Joseph McWhorter, that is for 8th position. The Hello Kitty car in the top 10, my daughter's favorite driver.
I don't know why.
His car. Has nothing to do with him at all. It's all his car. I like Cedric. I've got to speak to him a couple times now, and just very polite, just decent human being. And we have a caution.
Yeah, Cedric is a character, man. Once you get to know a lot of all these drivers, they're a character. Whatever.
Character?
Thank you. And I actually don't know. The only thing I'm seeing is that the 52 went off track. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, he did. Right there it is. Let's go back. And I think, see if I can get to the 52. Okay, 52. Okay. I think he loses it going down into 1 and coming out of 2, I think. Let's see if that's where he loses it. Let's see here. Nope, not there. I think I went back too far.
But as we came towards pit road, Johnson and Hall pulled a Muhammad Ali again and floated like a butterfly, but stung him like a bee, pulled back out onto the track. Yingling could not pull it back onto the track and had to go ahead and take that pit stop. So a few different cars staying out. Brian Johnson, Zach Hall is staying out. Jeff Gilmore, the 20 car. Dave, but Dave is 15 laps down. And then the 38 car of Richard Swaverly, who's also a few laps down and just trying to get some points, along with the 23 of James Hackworth Jr. So that's going to be who stays out on the track. But Brian Johnson and Zach Hall, interesting. And Jeff Gilmore. Interesting for them to stay out on the track during this pit. The last one was at lap 66. We have 55 to go now. So everybody needs to kind of make some pit stops here. So I'm not sure what the strategy is for those three. But with everybody else stopping here on lap 111, Gilmore did stop. Okay, I just refreshed. Gilmore stopped on lap 101, and Zach and Brian stopped on lap 99. Yes. So they stopped 10 laps to go, yeah. So they decided to stay out. Everyone else came in, and I've been talking for 2 minutes straight about nothing. I just realized that. I'm like, I made no point in any statement that I said.
Yeah, you did. They didn't pit. That's your statement.
I'm sticking to it.
That's right. Maybe the next yellow will grab somebody, bring them down, and maybe you could do an interview.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, there you go. Loosen up, buddy.
Man, I tried to loosen up, and then I say inappropriate things. Gotta watch that.
Yeah, we are PG.
That's this movie PG or TV PG?
Both.
Ah, well, that's no fun.
Well, I wouldn't care, but we do got kids watching.
No. I am not always the total inappropriate human being.
Oh no, I said
myself.
I said some stuff on Thursday night. If you go back and watch the broadcast at the end, Zach got me because I messed up.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check that out.
No, you don't. I deleted the video.
Did you really?
No. It just sounded good, so you wouldn't go look.
Hey, it would have worked too if you'd have just stuck to it. You got to follow it through, man. Follow through.
Well, then I would.
Did you really? Yes, I did.
Yeah. And then the leagues are going to come after me for paying for a broadcast, and videos get deleted.
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
wouldn't
if
look
you
so.
did or not. It's just how confident you sounded in yourself to convince me that it was worthless to look.
I don't know how to lie. That's my problem.
Yeah, that's hard for unproven professionals and fibbery as myself.
Oh my god. Oh,
One to go before
I-
green.
I know me and Lee are having a great time up here at World Series of Sim Racing League. Well, chat, are you having fun? Are you enjoying the broadcast? Because if you're not, I don't know what to tell you.
If you're not, we are failing at our job.
Yeah.
It should be replaced immediately by Zach Hall
And Brian Johnson.
and Brian Johnson, who will be in the broadcast booth next week. We will be racing their cars.
Oh, God. Well, I'll put you in Brian's because I want Zach's.
All right, we can do that. Here we go. Pace car is off. 52 to go. We crossed the line, and Brian Johnson didn't get as good of a start on Zach Hall as he did these past restarts, and Zach Hall is going to be quickly right behind him in second position. The battle's going to be for fourth position, Larry Yingling, and 57 to Jeff Gilmore. Gilmore gets shoved to the outside, and Bisson going to squeeze by on the outside of him. It looks like Caldwell's trying to battle for second here. Look at there. Maxwell Caldwell.
Oh, yeah. He's looking down on the inside to take it down into turn one. He's going to see what he can do.
Yeah, Larry looking to follow him, and Zach Hall gets stuck on the outside. That is going to allow Caldwell and possibly Yingling to pass him, and then Bisson looking to take a little sniff of this as well. Zach Hall in no man's land right now. Man, he is stuck outside that line. Oh, Bisson trying to get that nose down, but wasn't able to, but got a nice little bump there going into one and going to stay on the inside of Zach Hall. So, you know, Zach Hall needing to close that gap, and they're going to kiss coming off of two.
Oh, man. Hard battle in between these two guys.
Zach Hall and Alex Bisson.
Oh, he wasn't clear. He got in the left front of Zach a little bit, upset the car, and Zach saved it, but that hurt him right there.
Yeah, drops him back to fifth position. Bisson up to fourth, and now Jonathan Smith in sixth. Looking to make a move on Zach Hall. Nope, my bad, not Zach Hall.
Yeah.
Zach Hall. What am I talking about?
And Cedric is going to be looking down underneath Jonathan in that 33. See if he can clear him coming out of 4, and he does. He's going to get in line. So we got category 5 of that 5 and 13 running teammates there in the 33, and it looks like Joseph in that 32 teammates driven motorsports. So we got 2 teams with each other right there.
48 to go, and seems like they're getting a little bit more of a handle on this track.
More rubber that gets put down, Lee. You know, better these cars are going to handle too. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we've got rubber down. We've got nice warm tires that are not worn out yet. We've got expert drivers, and all equals amazing racing. With 47 to go, coming down the backstretch.
That's Cedric Hunter. He's going to look now underneath Zach Hall going into 3.
Oh, yeah, he is. Can he hold it? Cedric Hunter and Zach Hall battling, and Hunter trying to just flutter that throttle and going to cross the start-finish line first, but has not completely cleared Zach Hall, and now does, and will overtake that 5th position.
Now, here, from pit stops last time to what Zach Hall and Brian Johnson are running, you know, to what, 10-lap difference on tires? And Zach Hall has fallen all the way back to 6th position, but Brian Johnson is still leading over Maxwell up here. Ooh, what's the gap? Well, Wow, Maxwell is actually right on top of him. Oh, so is Larry. Larry's right there, and Alex has moved himself right up behind. Larry.
Yeah, really got half a second between first and fourth right now, and 2 cars in between those two.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
As we go caution.
40. Oh, we have a big wreck. Big wreck, big wreck, big wreck. We have the demo. We have the huge one here at New Hampshire.
With 44 to go, we go under caution as Robert gets the replay together. And, oh, there was a lot of people involved in that, sir.
Yeah, let's see if I can get this replay for everybody. Go back a little bit more. Hopefully I didn't go too far back. Oh yeah, you see oh, look out. Oh, look out. Man, oh man, the 24 just got beat up by like 4 cars. Corey Blevins head on into the wall. That was actually the first time I ever heard them cars sound like that wrecking. That actually is a pretty cool sound. Good job, iRacing. That actually sounded real.
Yeah, I mean, they've really redone the sounds and everything. I mean, this update was huge.
Yeah, I just, the way he went into that wall, you can actually hear like the crunch of the metal, you know, the car or the fiberglass or whatever these cars have on them. No, they don't have the composite bodies yet. I think only the Xfinity does. But still, you could hear it crunch. Well, this is interesting. You still there, bud?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was listening in to some in-car
Radio
communication.
Chat. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Maxwell stayed out. Larry's going to stay out. Brian Johnson is pit. Yeah, okay. Brian Johnson did go in pit road. So now we got, again, the top 2 pitted on lap 111 and everybody else on lap 124. So we're roughly around 10 lap difference on tires again. Now we've seen the difference when Brian and Zach did that. Zach fell behind. Brian stayed out front. Now can Maxwell and Larry stay out front and keep off the new tires in the back? So man, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, and 42 to go. So Maxwell Caldwell and Larry Yingling deciding to stay out and will take that 1-2 positions. Brian Johnson in 3rd, Bisson in 4th, and Cedric Hunter in 5th. And the 38 coming into pit, that is going to be Richard Swaverly. So yeah, he's Swaverly is down a few laps and just working on getting points at this moment. So on to pit road, but our leaders and everyone else, we're still out here under caution at New Hampshire. 41 to go. We've had a lot of laps under caution. So many that my telemetry cannot keep up.
I was going to say, did it give up?
Yeah, it's now saying we only had 11 cautions, but it's saying 54 laps under caution. So that could be true if they counted the pace lap, maybe, but that's a lot. I don't think it's correct.
Yeah, that about sounds right.
Okay, that is perfectly correct.
Sounds right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it sounds right.
If I'd have just said it with more confidence.
Yeah,
we've been under caution for 54 laps.
Yeah, see, I didn't believe you. You need to work on that.
Yep. And confidence has always been an issue with me.
Me too. You're too much like 2 peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod. I don't like peas either.
Whatever. I'm done talking to you, man. I can't talk to you about anything.
Not about food.
Yeah, well, I noticed that. I'm gonna have steak and potatoes and macaroni
I'm
salad.
I'm down.
With Velveeta cheese, the real cheese, not the crappy box macaroni crap.
No. You got to have the Velveeta, yeah.
There you go. All right, now we're talking. My wife won't
Newcastle,
even
Indiana,
touch
back
that
in the
stuff.
chat.
We got who?
Bill Cook from Newcastle, Indiana, back in the chat on Facebook. What's up, Mr. Bill?
Oh, hey Bill, how you doing, buddy?
Maxwell's going to take the top line as we get ready to come back to green. Maxwell Caldwell, Larry Yingling, 1-2. Pace car is off, and here we go.
Green,
Man,
green.
Maxwell got on that gas way early and gets a jump on Larry Yingling. But, man, on the outside, Bisson. Look at it. Oh, man. A little door rubbing going on there. Brian Johnson looking maybe try to take Yingling onto the outside. But Larry back up in the line, and here we go. Settling down back towards the back of this run, 32 and 33, Smith and McWhorter. Battling for the 7th position, excuse me. Johnson and Yingling side by side for the 3rd spot. Brian Johnson on the inside of Larry Yingling, trying to squeeze it out coming down the back.
Oh, we have the one. Who's that? Brandon. Well, he saves it, but he came out of turn 2 sideways and almost looped it, but good job. He saved it.
Oh, yeah. Those are the ones you're just glad you didn't take anybody else up in your mayhem.
Amen on that. But, wow, look at this. We are single file now here, Lee, all the way back. As Mark Whitley just put down the fastest lap of the race for himself with a 30 no, that's the fastest lap of the race at 30.54.
Yeah, Whitley in the 77 car on the back end of this mass of chaos.
But the top runners here now, let's see here. Basically everybody's
Maxwell Caldwell spins, takes out Brian Johnson.
Oh no.
And we're going to have a caution with the leaders.
Oh.
Going out, and Bisson will benefit tremendously from this.
Let's see if we can get a close view here. Exactly what happened. Oh.
Yeah, I just saw the tail end of it where Caldwell and
yeah, Maxwell, same thing, coming out of the turn, spun it, and unfortunately Brian Johnson was there and hit him in the left rear. And yeah, Brian just does a 360, and then he's going to keep going, but he does got front end damage, and Maxwell does too. But oh man, is that ever turning events?
Bad luck for Maxwell Caldwell and Brian Johnson being involved in that incident with 35 to go. And now we've got Larry Yingling and Cedric Hunter taking a pit along with 77 Whitley. The 57 of Jeff Gilmore and a lot of others.
Well, this is very interesting because, again, here we go, 10-lap difference. The top runners pitted on lap 124. These guys are coming in on lap 134. We've seen it again multiple times now, 2 times in a row. Seems like newer tires is the way to go. I believe. I could be wrong. What do I know?
Probably a lot more than I do.
Not really. I haven't.
Dude,
I haven't.
I'm the son of a mechanic who can't change his own oil. You tell me.
Oh. I don't know what to tell you on that one, but I do know I haven't raced in, oh my goodness, probably almost a year now. and have no
I-
urge to do it.
Yeah, see, I enjoy this too much.
I enjoy the broadcasting. I found my love that I enjoy the broadcasting and talking to the people out there in chat and the community. And yeah, iRacing's huge, but at the same time, you'll learn as we do this more and more and more. The community gets smaller and smaller and smaller, but you get to know more and more, I guess. I know that sounds confusing, but you know, you branch out and you get to know people and become friends and, you know, things like that. So
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
maybe
His name is Robert. Well, I'm sorry.
What? I'm your best friend. Woohoo!
Man, yeah, I live a very inclusive life. I don't have many
Yep.
friends.
Yep, me too.
My best friend is my dog Yoda.
Yoda. Oh, what kind of dog you have?
Yoda he's a mutt, but he's like a blue heeler German Shepherd mix. Yoda is 16 years old. Yep, he's an old guy, but he's a spry old guy. He just had his he got neutered. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. So you know, that was an experience for an older guy to kind of look down and go, hey, yeah,
Right.
what happened there? But
Right.
yeah, no, love my dog. We got 3 dogs, 3 cats. You know, we big animal family.
Oh, so are we. I actually, I got a blue heeler Jack Russell.
Okay.
So, and all he likes to do is chew everything up in the house.
Oh yeah, we got a dog. His name's Chewbacca, but we call him Chewy, and he chews everything.
Are you a Star Wars fan?
No, I mean I got a cat named Vader, but that doesn't mean I'm a Star Wars fan.
Okay, that has nothing to do. Okay.
Now I've got so much Star Wars stuff. The company I used to work for, all of my managers used to buy me. All my Christmas gifts was Star Wars related, so I got
Nice.
so much Star Wars stuff.
Nice. I've never got into that stuff, believe it or not. I don't know. This doesn't appeal me. So, but it is neat. Not that, you know, but never really got into it. But yeah, we're an animal family. We have this last year we had to put down a dog, both cancer, and within 3 months had to skip a pee. I can't never say it right. But anyways, I had him for about 16 years. Had to put him down from cancer. Then we had a Jack Russell. Had her for 4 years, and within 3 months we put down 2 dogs with cancer at the same time. So yeah, it was tough. That was tough 3 months that I've had a long time. But now we got Blue, because he has one blue eye and he's a blue heeler, Jack Russell, and he is a treat, man. But all right, that's a little bit of story of our family life. Let's go back racing.
Green flag.
Pace car off, and Bisson gonna get a good start here and gets the leap on the field. Zach Hall will be in second. McWhorter in third, Smith in fourth, Larry Yingling in fifth, and Cedric Hunter running up to the backside of Kenny. And for that sixth position. What the hell was that? Sorry, a bug just flew on me.
And that's the part that we go, beep. Sorry.
Luckily, all it was, you know, what the heck was that? But yeah, something just jumped on me, and I don't do bugs well, so that's about as PG as it was going to get. What the? I don't even know what that was, man. It was just a big bug, and it jumped on me.
Well, we do apologize. Lee will work on the rated the good version, so you'll get it.
29 to go, and Bisson remains in the lead, followed by Zach Hall, about a half a second behind. We do still have 16 cars on the lead lap, but we got a caution, sir.
And that is
52,
on the
it looks like.
Yepers, man.
Stephen Kenny.
Yeah, and it's probably the same old, same song and dance. Coming out of the turn, and yep, back end kicks out from him. No unguffable reason why, and there it goes. And this is the part I love iRacing, but this is the part I gave up racing because of this. There is no reason for a car to act like it does. Something's wrong.
Yeah, so the 52 of Stephen Kinney going out with 26 to go. And he was on the lead lap as well, so it's going to leave 16 cars on the lead lap.
All right, well, real quick, I want to say thank you everybody on Facebook for all the reactions and the likes and the shares. Don't forget, if you haven't gave it a reaction, hit that thumbs up button. You know, the more you do that, the more it will bring the algorithms for Facebook and get the word out more. The more you do that, the more Facebook is going to publish it out farther to bring more people in to see us and these leagues that we we broadcast like tonight with World Series of Sim Racing League. If you are on the YouTube side, thank you again for being over there. They also got a share tab that you can share it to any of your social media platforms. And you can hit that subscribe button, and also you can follow us, not the bell button, and subscribe on YouTube. So I do appreciate everybody, but we are down now to, looks like where we are here, 26 to go, Lee. So
26 to go, yeah. And I don't know if you watched them come by pit road that last time.
Yeah.
But the top 6 or 7 cars all bobbed and weaved, trying to fake each other out. Now the drivers are communicating, trying to figure out how many green-white checkers they would end up having. So some strategy being worked here with 26 to go. Alex Bisson and Zach Hall last pitted on lap 124.
Larry is 133. Joseph is 124 with Jonathan, his teammate, on lap 124. And then we got Cedric Hunter, Mark Christian, Bob Skinner, Jeff Gilmore, all on lap 133. So
different pit strategies, and with 25 to go, I'm not saying that we don't see at least one more pit stop, especially if we have another yellow between now and the caution. I bet you all the leaders will come in, except for probably one that's going to gamble if we have another caution. And the one that I would expect to gamble would be number 13, Cedric Hunter. I believe he's due for a win. He did pit at 133, so there's no reason for him to pit anymore. I think he stays out, and that's going to benefit him over anyone else.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned and find out, everybody, here at World Series of Sim Racing League, broadcasted to you and brought to you by iPitting and also the ButtKicker. And also, we're sponsoring Freaky Fast here, sponsors this league this season. So we're proud to be a sponsor of World Series of Sim Racing League. But we got 24 to go. I'm going to tell everybody, wait till that lap counter up there says 10 to go, because you will no longer hear my voice as Lee will take over, and you'll probably get goosebumps.
Oh, me. Yeah, you're too kind, sir. You're too kind.
I try.
Make me blush.
Take a picture. Instagram it.
The damn bug's back, though, man. It's flying. I don't know if it's a moth or a flying Godzilla bug or what, but it came after me.
Flying Godzilla bug.
It was huge.
Jesus.
I was going to eat my face.
Oh, my God. You sound bad as my wife.
I don't do bugs, man.
She sees a spider and she's like, it could be like a little gardener spider, and she's like, get it, kill it, oh my God, it's gonna eat my face off. I'm like, oh really? Like, okay.
All right, the bug has been taken care of.
Okay. I used to work 3 years of pest control, so I've seen things that you wouldn't believe I've seen.
Yeah, the cat got the bug, so we're
well,
good now.
Good cat, good cat.
24 to go. Could we have our third different winner in as many weeks here on the World Series of Sim Racing? Bisson, Zach Hall, Joseph McWhorter, Jonathan Smith, Cedric Hunter, all looking for their first wins. Larry Yingling looking to be the first repeat winner of this young season. Brian Johnson, our other winner of week number 1, was taken out in this last caution. And now we're going to come to the line with 22 to go.
And if anybody
Almost.
wants to know, sorry they had to cut in, but you can see the flickering on the cars. iRacing in this new update put an explosion thing into the camera packs, and it makes the cars have like a little haze to it. If you notice, and they'll go away, come back, go away. That is nothing on our end. That's iRacing. So hopefully they'll fix that bug up a little bit, because it's acting weird.
This is with another excellent start. Goes way out in front of the field now. Takes a commanding lead. McWhorter and Zach Hall battling for second. Hall had to get out of it, so McWhorter's going to take second. Cedric Hunter on the outside, right behind McWhorter, trying to push him on up and get the third position. Zach Hall gets a little bit wiggly. Zach Hall and Cedric Hunter are going to battle for third down the front stretch. Zach Hall on the inside. Cedric Hunter on the outside. Hall's going to have a better run coming off of 2. And Larry Yingling now coming up to number 33 of Jonathan Smith, just moving backwards through the field. I don't know what's going on with him. Back up to that battle for third position. Cedric Hunter, Zach Hall, and Larry Yingling. And they're coming right up to the back end of McWhorter in the second position. So we got some racing with 20 to go, Robert.
Heck yeah, we do. Man, cars all over the place. We'll see if we can finish this race out without having another yellow. We'll see. The trend. Do we have a trend yet? I don't think we have a trend.
I don't think they have a trend.
I do know this much. Looking at the poll, if you haven't voted yet, right now it's 27% says yes, 73% say no, that Zach Hall's going to get a top 5, and he is now outside the top 5.
Yeah, Zach Hall had to get off of it. Whitley able to pass him, and Zach Hall now trying to bang his way back up through the field, falls all the way back to 6th position. With the top 5 of Bisson, McWhorter, Cedric Hunter, Yingling, and then Zach Hall. Whitley actually ahead of Zach Hall. Hasn't updated on my stats yet. Cedric Hunter now coming down to the inside of 32 McWhorter. This is going to be for second position. Yingling going to sniff around that as well. So our battle now is for second, as Bisson has a commanding 1 second lead over this second group. Hunter on the inside. Yingling now going to drop to the inside. Going to go 3 wide down the front stretch. As it's going to be Hunter and Yingling along with McWhorter as we come into 1. McWhorter's going to lift, let the other 2 by, and Cedric Hunter and Zach Hall will fight coming out of 2, with Yingling winning that battle.
Wow, what a power move by that 67.
That was some big energy.
Yeah, I mean, he drove that thing down there and said, I'm going 3 wide, I don't care. And he made it stick.
Sure did, and now he's trying to catch up with Bisson. Bisson with a 0.7 second lead. Larry Yingling just needs a couple of good corners. And he could be right up on the tail end. 16 to go. 15 and a half if you look at where they are on the track. Coming into 3 and 4.
He's catching them. He's got better tires too, 10 lap different tires, so we'll see. Larry is coming, and he is cutting that lead down as he sails it down into turn 1 and 2 here at New Hampshire.
The back of the field, or the 4th, 5th, and 6th seem to have shaken out, so our battle continues to be here for the lead, but he's cut it down to a half a second and had a great entry into 3 there. Great entry. Let's see how the exit's going to look. Good exit here out of 4, and now cut it down to a half a second still.
Look who's bouncing back. Brian Johnson now is in 6th position. Got his front end a little bit fixed up. He's looking up underneath Joseph. He's going to try to power his way out of the turn 2.
And he does.
And it looks like he is going to do it. Going into 3. Yeah, see, that damage is actually not hurting him too bad.
As Maxwell Caldwell right behind him, yeah.
Yeah.
So Caldwell and Brian Johnson now 6th and 7th. Chasing down Zach Hall. Make that 5th and 6th. We have 13 to go. Plenty of time as we check back in on the leaders. And Larry Yingling to the inside. Another big power move by Yingling. And looking to take the lead, going into 3. We touch in the middle of 3, coming out of 4 now. Yingling on the bottom side is going to make the pass. And now Bisson falls back to second position. And we got a caution. Oh, my goodness, with 12 to go. A caution right after the pass.
Oh, Brandon was involved into that one in the 1. Let's see what happens. Oh, yep, he just loses it. Brings it on the inside, and then he's going to bring it into the grass. I don't think he's just driving it. Oh, trying to come back out off the grass, back on the track, and it kicked out on him and brought out the yellow as James Hackworth Jr. just came by him. So, but wow.
Let's see if they pit. All of them are in the lane to pit.
Oh, Alex.
And Larry, yeah. Listen. Thought that Yingling was going to do a little ollie there, but Yingling, firmly routed in the belief that he will pit this time, and Bisson has to bring it back in. So we have all the leaders pitting. It'll be 10 to go when we come back around, and we're down to a shootout.
Oh, boy. Oh, and we're almost at 10 to go. This is when Lee Tidwell will take over, and I'm going to sit back with a big grin on my face and listen to him call the action because he gets really excited.
Just a little bit. Got some racing off of pit road here.
It looks like
Yingling's going to be the first one out.
Take that back. No, it looks like Zach Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach Hall and Brian Johnson took 2 tires. Oh, man. James Hackworth Jr. is going to stay out, lead, at least get a lap led in that Hardy's car there. So that's James' tradition. He always leads a lap, and that's how he does it, as he's going to bring it down pit road and get out of everybody's way. But here is the strategy, man. Brian Johnson with going to have about 8 laps to go. Brian Johnson, Zach Hall, 2 tire stop, and then everybody else behind them 4 tires. Oh boy.
It is going to be a shootout here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Under caution with 10 to go. Brian Johnson, after being spun in an earlier incident, fights his way back along with Maxwell Caldwell. Now he's going to shake out in 7th, but he was involved in that same incident. But Brian Johnson climbs his way back into 1st, Zach Hall in 2nd, Larry Yingling 3rd, Alex Bisson in 4th, Cedric Hunter 5th. In 6th, Jeff Gilmore 7th, Maxwell Caldwell 8th, Christian DeBoyer 9th, Joseph McWhorter, and in 10th will be Bob Skinner. 9 to go when we cross the line, still under caution with the World Series of Sim Racing. Robert, if you were Brian Johnson, what is your thoughts on 2 tires instead of 4?
Well, if I was sitting in that car, I think he took 2 tires knowing how the car handles. I think he can handle a loose car. I know his teammate Zach can handle 2 tires, and I think it was just about track position, getting himself back up there. And he, after looking at the trend that we've seen all night tonight, we've seen people with 10 lap different tires, and we've seen the guys with better tires come up through the field, but not as fast. It took maybe 7 laps until they could work the traffic and work their way up there. So I think they're banking on either another yellow, which will help them. But to be honest with you, Lee, I mean, this was a great strategy call. These 2 guys are going to hold. I think they're going to be able to do it. And not only that, they're teammates. So Larry's got to be ready to get on that gas pedal and go, same as Alex, because they're going to dictate this start, and they're in the same Discord channel. So Brian and Zach can say, okay, when you're going to go, when you're going to step on the gas, and, you know, everybody else in the back really don't know except for Cedric Hunter.
8 to go as we will go green coming around this time, and with everyone else besides Brian Johnson and Zach Hall on 4 fresh tires here at New Hampshire, with the trouble that they've had exiting these corners today, it could actually prove to be the advantage of being able to keep that momentum in the corners where everybody else has to lift a little bit more.
Yep, Bruce. Well, we're going to find out, Lee, as we're going to have 7 laps to go as that pace car's ready to duck in here at World Series of Sim Racing League. Everybody buckle your seatbelts tight and get ready for some action-packed racing.
7 to go. Brian Johnson quickly on the throttle, darting to the start-finish line, is going to take the lead here with Zach Hall right behind him. Yingling and Bisson. Bisson stuck on the outside now, trying to find his way down Cedric Hunter. Oh, Bisson gets a little bit wiggly there. Almost kisses that wall. And Cedric Hunter is going to overtake him for 4th position, coming out of 4 to be 6 to go. And Bisson's going to fall back a little bit more. Maxwell Caldwell on the inside of him. Bisson hits the wall again. 6 to go, back in the front. Brian Johnson with the lead. About 0.3 seconds over Zach Hall, who gets a little squirrely coming off. Larry Yingling now comes right up to the back bumper. Yingling to the outside, looking to take that 2nd position. Zach Hall not going to give it up easily. Zach Hall on the inside, Larry Yingling on the top. Coming out of the apex of 3 into 4. Who can get on the gas first is going to be Yingling. Down the outside, and going to take the 2nd position. 5 to go in New Hampshire. Yingling now looking to chase down Brian Johnson, our winners of week 1 and week 2, now in 1st and 2nd position, coming down the backstretch. 4.5 to go. Johnson looking to hang on to the lead. Yingling in 2nd, coming into 3, and ever so slightly closes that gap. Zach Hall in 3rd, Cedric Hunter in 4th, and Hunter now with a nice run on Zach Hall. Maybe try to take that 3rd position. Hall gets a little wiggly there, coming off of 4. 4 to go. Into turn number 1. Brian Johnson continues to lead with Yingling in 2nd. The battle right now for 3rd. Zach Hall and Cedric Hunter in 5th position. Maxwell Caldwell looking to maybe close that gap. Hall is going to hold completely on the 3rd. As we come into turn 3, it'll be 3 to go when we cross the line this time. Johnson, Yingling, Hall, Hunter, and Caldwell, your top 5. Bisson hanging out in the 6th position. Coming across the line, Brian Johnson is going to have a half a second lead over Larry Yingling. 3 to go. Yingling needing to make a move and try to shorten that gap on one of these exits, but at the same time trying to keep control here. Down the backstretch, Brian Johnson remains in the lead with Yingling, Hall, Hunter, and Caldwell in the top 5. Vincent in your 6th position. 2 to go now across the line. We've got some distance here, but Yingling slowly but surely making up that gap. 0.2 seconds now. Coming out of 2. Larry Yingling needing to get on that throttle quickly, trying to chase down Brian Johnson. Everybody pitted on the same lap. Different tire strategy is the difference here. Coming across the stripe, it'll be 1 to go. Johnson in the lead, Yingling in 2nd, Hall in 3rd, Hunter in 4th, Maxwell Caldwell rounding out your top 5. Into 1. Yingling looking to the high side, maybe trying to get a run here. Johnson on the throttle coming out of 2. Yingling now closing the gap. Into turn 3, Yingling, whoa, had to check up there as Johnson just decelerated quickly. Coming out of 4, Yingling, I don't think is going to have anything for him. And our first 2-time winner of the season, Brian Johnson, taking New Hampshire Motor Speedway here with the World Series of Sim Racing.
Wow. Larry could have punted Brian out of the way. He literally could have just punted him, and he didn't.
Yeah, and that's sportsmanship, that's racemanship, that's just good racing.
Yeah, I mean, he had a head of a steam to come in, man. He could have just... Oh, now Cedric just killed. Oh, man. Now we definitely have a demo derby going on. All righty. Well.
Wow.
Wow is right. All right. Well, let's get ready for our post-race interview here, and we'll be right back after we get everybody ready in the booth here, and we get to talk to our top 3 here. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, we're back here with our post-race interviews here as we get ready to have a talk with good old, see if I can get an image shot here of Zach's car. Well, sitting down in pit road, but all right, well, we're going to have an interview here with Zach Hall from Category 5 Esports Racing Team.
Zach, it's Lee up here in the booth, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
You know, it's another wonderful Saturday night and another wonderful run for you, man. Top 3. Man, what an outstanding race. It looked like you guys had some issues exiting some of these corners. It seemed like the track was really tough tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely very, very tough tonight. It's one of them races where you really had to be really careful and exit and just make sure you weren't sliding. That definitely helped in the long run. I mean, if you want to go off out there and run really fast laps, yeah, you can slide a little bit, but it was definitely really, really tough tonight. Man, I'm tired after that race, actually. That was a workout there with those last 2 tires change right here.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, you guys drove the fire out of those cars today. One of the things that it seemed to happen is that there was a lot of people getting loose coming out of the corners, and it seemed to, once we got into some rhythm racing, just really knocking some people off their games. How hard was it to, once you got in that rhythm, to try to stay in it with how slippery this track really was?
Yeah, you know, that's really the key here, Lee, is the rhythm. You know, really coming into this race, we practiced last night, a few of us Category 5 guys did, and like coming into the night, I didn't expect much. I kind of gave up in practice. I was like, I'm done with this thing. I can't drive it. And really just in that race, kind of figured it out there, riding behind Brian. Luckily got some track position. I was stuck in the back for a good bit. Couldn't qualify good, so got some track position. I kind of figured it out there, and seeing how he really wasn't, you know, getting the rear tires really loose, and he was just in a really good rhythm with the way he was doing it. So really learned from a teammate there, and man, I thought I had a chance at there, but it was close.
Yeah, it definitely was. And outstanding finish, outstanding race. Zach, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely want to shout to all the drivers out there. I know it was a tough night. I even lost my cool a little bit with out there. Like it was tough racing, hard racing. You had to get what you can because of the cautions, you know, jumbling everything up and shaking stuff up. So shout out to the drivers. First of all, shout out to you guys too. You guys do an awesome job every week, and it's fun being in the booth with y'all, but it's also fun listening to y'all too when we're out there racing. But yeah, and to the fans, just can't shout out to them enough, and my teammate Brian, because Brian, he did the big comeback. He was very dominant tonight, and he deserved that win. So unfortunately, I couldn't steal from him, but congrats to him though. That was fun.
Awesome. Well, outstanding job, Zach, and we will see you next week in the beautiful city of Richmond, Virginia.
Hey, Zach, got a quick question.
Yeah.
I got a quick, give you an update. I put a poll out on Facebook if you're going to get a top 5. And here's what the poll results say. Yes, 33%. 67% said no. So guess what? You showed up everybody that said no, man. So congratulations on getting a top 5.
Yeah, if you should put a little hint under there, it says I like short tracks, but so that one usually helps. But yeah, thanks guys.
No problem. We'll catch you at Richmond, bud.
10-4.
And that was Zach Hall, the third place finisher tonight at New Hampshire. We're going to bring in the second place finisher now, Mr. Larry Yingling, to the broadcast. And let's, there we go. Larry, it's Lee up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a race. Short track racing at its finest, I guess we could say, because there's never a clean short track race. But man, New Hampshire was a handful.
Yeah, it seemed that way. The last half of the race seemed pretty fun for the most part. I got damaged early on in the race. I scraped the wall, and this damaged model didn't like that. So I don't know if it knocked down the power a little bit. Just made me a little bit more tight, but I had to deal with that all night.
Yeah, I mean, you were strong the entire night. Now, coming into turn 3, the final lap, Brian Johnson lost a lot of momentum, and as Robert talked about during the broadcast, you could have punted him but chose not to. And it shows a valiant effort on your part to keep the race clean. But, man, what did you think when you saw the tail end of his car coming up that quick?
Hopefully he makes a mistake. I tried to somewhat fake him, kind of, but I knew he wasn't the type of driver to really make a mistake under pressure. So I knew if I just didn't overdrive it, at the very least I'll have second. Throughout the whole night, I mean he deserved to win anyway. He just got unlucky with when Maxwell got loose. I'll definitely take a second. It didn't seem like I was going to get top 5 for the first part of the race.
Gotcha. Now, last question that I got for you is the pitting. It looked like there was a lot of games of cat and mouse on when the leaders were going to pull in and pit. Was that you guys just having fun, or was there some strategy going on there?
There was strategy of just doing the opposite. I know the next to last time, I was following my teammate Maxwell in the pits, and I told him I'll just follow you. Didn't look like he was going back on track, so I followed him. He went back in, and I went back in, and I feared for my life. I saw that wall coming straight at me. I thought I was going to just be embarrassed on broadcast.
Yeah, that last caution, you were set and determined you were going to come down pit road, and there was no fake, there was no give. It was just that's where you were going, and that was one of the moments tonight that I remember. But man, an outstanding race, Robert.
Oh, no, I don't got much, man. What a great race, man. Like I said, I watched you there going towards the end there. I thought you were actually gonna punt him, but then at the same time, I was like, no, Larry's not that type of driver. But I thought you were gonna move him up the track a little bit to try to get up underneath him. But man, respectful racing out there, and it was fun watching you come from that last pit stop and just power your way up through just to catch him.
Yeah, I just kept thinking of the All-Star practice race we did, of how I caught him and passed him my last lap. I knew I should possibly catch him on the last lap, and then from there, just whatever happens. It took everything in my power to not hit him, but he deserved it anyway.
Wow, it shows a lot of respect, man. So congratulations on your second place finish, man. That helped you in the points and everything, and you get a second place for your, I'm gonna say it, Wing Wang Wong Wong racing team.
Yeah, we did pretty good tonight.
Yeah, so all right, well, hey, we're heading off to Richmond, and we will catch you at Richmond, bud.
Thank you, guys.
And that was Larry Yingling, our second place finisher tonight. Winner last week, coming in second tonight, up 7 positions from his starting position of 9th. As now we get ready to bring our winner into the broadcast, Brian Johnson, our first 2-time winner of the season. Brian, it's Lee up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
I sure do.
Man, what a race at New Hampshire. It was thrilling from start to finish. Looked like a lot of guys having issues really getting dialed into the track, finally get into some groove racing, working the rhythm, and you get spun close to the end of the race, battle your way back, and take your second victory of the season. It's got to be a good victory for you.
Oh yeah, I honestly did not think I was going to be able to pull that off, but I knew I was pretty fast, during the whole race. I was getting good exits where other guys weren't. You had to be very, very easy on the throttle, very smooth, and getting a really good groove to get around this thing pretty quickly. But yeah, and then Maxwell, he got loose battling with Alex. No fault of his own, just racing hard, racing deal. And I thought my race was over and go down pit road. It's like, yeah, you got 2 minutes of damage, and yeah, it's pretty much over here. That was one that got away from me there, but just got lucky with those cautions and lucky with this new damage model. When you get all your damage fixed, this car repairs a lot better than the old one does. So yeah, took 2 tires, took a gamble there. That was kind of my only option to have a shot to win here, and luckily it didn't get too loose. It actually kind of tightened up the car a little bit, which was surprising, so that helped. And yeah, it was a good race. Wish we would have had some more green flag laps, but it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, the 2 tires stop. We was talking about that pit strategy during the broadcast, and certainly contributes to your win tonight. Now, the final lap, going into turn 3, you lost a lot of momentum, and Larry Yingling, with a spectacular display of driving prowess, not just plowing into the ass end of you, but what happened in turn 3 for you to lose that much momentum?
Yeah, I I was kind of expecting him to maybe give me a bumper or send it on my inside quite a lot. So down the backstretch, I kind of got a lane off the wall just to kind of close that up a little bit, the inside lane, and then I just kind of braked a little bit more on entry than I normally would have, just in case he did hit the bumper. It would have settled out the car a little bit quicker with a bit more brake. So yeah, luckily he didn't run into me right there. I braked a little bit more than I wanted to there. But yeah, thanks to Larry for not getting into back of me there.
Yeah, some outstanding driving tonight, and congratulations on your 2nd win of the season. Robert, you got anything for Mr. Bryan?
Actually, no, I don't. Sounds like you covered everything, but man, congratulations on getting, a win, man, and 2nd one of the season. Like we talked before, season 1 was an up and down for your team category 5, but you guys are just showing some strength right now here as we head to Richmond. How do you feel about that track? Have you done any laps or not yet?
It's definitely not my best track at all, but luckily Zach, that's one of his best ones, so I'm sure I'll get a couple of tips from him. And then the other thing is Road to Pro this Tuesday night. We're going to be at Richmond in the truck, so going to be turning a lot of laps at Richmond here in the next few days. So hopefully some of that we're learning the trucks will carry up to the A-Car for Saturday.
Well, I'm sure it will. You'll figure something out, so you'll be able to carry it. But all right, man. Congratulations on getting your win here. 2nd one at World Series of Sim Racing League for season number 2. You're hanging right in there with Larry up there in the points. This win actually is going to move you up in the points. You were up there, and then you had a bad race last week at Texas, dropped you down to 6th place, and now this win's going to move you probably back up into the top 4, I would imagine, somewhere around there. So you're moving back up the field, bud.
Yeah, I think with Levi and Brandon missing tonight, unfortunately, I don't know where they are at, but wish they could have raced with us. But those are 2 guys that were ahead of me in points that I'll pass them, and then hopefully it should be either 1st or 2nd. But the main thing is the playoff points. Last season 1, I went into the chase with no playoff points, which kind of hurt. You get a sizable advantage with having a few extra points going into the playoffs. So right now with the 2 wins and then got the pole tonight, that's going to have a little handful of playoff points when we go into the playoffs.
Most definitely. Well, congratulations again, bud, and we will catch you at Richmond.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Lee. That's our race winner there, Brian Johnson. Congratulations to him. But all right, man. Good interviews out there. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. So we are going to bring up the race's unofficial results here. As that's not. I need to do the overall. 1 second. As you can see here, Brian Johnson is going to bring it home with the victory. Larry is going to bring it home 2nd. Zach Hall is going to bring it home 3rd, and he beats the poll. Everybody out there that said he wasn't going to get a top 5, well, we were all wrong, and we look like idiots. Cedric Hunter is going to bring it home 4th with Maxwell. Really good run for him in that 94. He's going to bring it home in 5th place with Alex. Up and down race. 6th position, Joseph. Good run for him. He's going to bring it home 7th. Mark is going to bring it home. Mark Whitley there is going to bring it home at 8th. Bob Skinner. Congratulations to Bob Skinner. We interviewed him earlier in the race, and he said he wants a top 10. Well, guess what, Bob? You got a top 10. Best run of the season for you so far. Hopefully you can improve on that. That's awesome to see in the top 10. Jeff Gilmore, too, top 10. Good run for him. Jonathan Smith is going to be 11 with Brandon's going to bring it home 12th with Kevin W. Hash in 13th. And new driver of the league here, Stefan, is going to bring it home. Where's he at? 14th. And then we got Christian going to bring home 15th. Corey Blevins is going to be 16th. 17th is going to go to James Hackworth Jr. Good run for him, actually. And the first car lap down is going to be, in 18th is going to be Dave in that 20, kicking asphalt motorsports. So he's one lap down, and we'll run through the rest of who your favorite drivers are here. As you can see down through the field, Vernon didn't have a good run. He was 45 laps down. So, all right, well, that's your unofficial results here at New Hampshire Speedway. What's your final thoughts here, Lee?
You know, it's another outstanding race for the World Series of Sim Racing. And, you know, we've watched them week in, week out, now 3 weeks into this season. And we're going to Richmond. We did Michigan and Texas. We had 2.5 mile plus ovals. And then we came down to the mile here at New Hampshire, which, you know, kind of got the best of some of these. Richmond's a different beast. Not as much slowing down, more banking in the corners. So I expect a much more competitive, a much more green flag race next week at Richmond than we had here at New Hampshire. But, you know, big congratulations, Brian Johnson, second win of the season. And I'm pretty sure it's going to put him in the first spot in the standings after this evening.
We'll have to see how that all plays out. Standings will be updated after the admins look at everything. But Lee Tidwell, Robert A. Maury up here in the booth from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We'd like to say thank you to everybody on YouTube and Facebook for tuning in and enjoying the commentating with us here at World Series of Sim Racing League and in general of Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But we're going to pack up our stuff and get ready to head out. So we'd like to say at the end of every broadcast, everybody be safe. God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.